The whole hood banging, 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 banging. I remember when the ATL wasn't banging, now they banging, 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 banging. Niggas throwing sets and them bullets start ringing, bitches banging, 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 banging. I remember when the ATL wasn't banging, now they banging, 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 banging. Niggas throwing sets and them bullets start ringing like bang, bang, ho, bang, bang, bitch, nigga, bang, 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 ho. I'm in the cool, smoking on weed like a Snoop, mad and pop off a juice. I got the juice, fucking my enemies like it or not, ain't no blocking the truth. I'm at the roof, with my AK like I'm Malcolm, I'm ready to cock in the shoot. This information is simple for niggas who dumb and don't really know how to compute. I ain't got problems with niggas who blood in the crib, but homie, I do know this. Young niggas look at your life and they gonna begin it, but really they don't know shit. I'm on that dolo shit, solo dolo bitch. Mentally I'm so sick, I got everything needed, I'm ready. If not, it is something my hoe gon' get. When will niggas learn this song? All my life I stood alone. Don't be joining cliques because you scared to fight and hold your own. Not one still fuck with me, I don't give a fuck what rappers don't. Niggas know I don't slick this. If I came at you, you be gone, bitch. I remember when the ATL wasn't banging, now they banging, 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 banging. Niggas throwing sets and them bullets start ringing, bitches banging, 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 banging. I remember when the ATL wasn't banging, now they banging, 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 banging. Niggas throwing sets and them bullets start ringing like bang, bang, ho, bang, bang, this nigga bang, 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 ho. 24/7 I'm smoking and drinking, bitch, I keep the fire, fire, fire. Really I wanna be sober, but I hate to see the world high, high, high. Suckers don't know shit about the world, thinking they got a third eye. You can't tell a nigga shit about nothing, but when he get murdered, we cry. Shit is old. Some of you niggas saying that the leaders are following hoes. You got the blind trying to lead the blind. We in a position with nowhere to go. Throwing them gang signs, but them niggas abandon you after you go up the road. Get an interrogation with a dirty Harry, he gon' turn your friend into a foe. Why they been doing this shit to manipulate niggas for centuries? That's the fire. They know we came and it really exists and they set up another black Messiah. That's that hustle over your head shit. Plot to kill you dead shit. Think about the matrix you envision before you fail, bitch. I remember when the ATL wasn't banging, now they banging, 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 banging. Niggas throwing sets and them bullets start ringing, bitches banging, 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 banging. I remember when the ATL wasn't banging, now they banging, 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 banging. Niggas throwing sets and them bullets start ringing like bang, bang, ho, bang, bang, bitch, nigga bang, 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 ho, bang, ho.
Smoking on hot, you got that light.
You talking choppers, you getting right. You wanna blow with the dope every night.
Said he wanted some scratch, so we took him all night.
Say you wanna get paid, you wanna be right.
18 4K got slapped with
Walking
the
out
pipe.
still got on these shades, even though it ain't night. Cause they little pink pills too hard. Let's go on a SRT with a Draco tank. Got a little boy way, can't sleep at night.
You gotta go get that motherfucking dope. You gotta run, say fuck out that hoe. I was just broken, I didn't have a friend, so I went in the trap and I sold me some dope.
Let's
For
go.
real.
Poppin' purse, make her suck dick for an hour, get to work. I told the bitch to get nasty for double. She bought her best friend, they fuck each other. Okay for me, make her fuck my brother. Got a team full of players, free band, no struggle.
Big 4K down to the door.
Might get in there, mo, go dig with a shovel. Break out the chopstick, hit on wherever. Broad daylight, bitch, I'ma get on wherever. Let's go, double O walk on this bitch, but I like to talk on this bitch.
Hold on.
Purpose said walk on this bitch, the purpose said talk on this bitch.
Hold on.
I just be geeking out drugs, taking all kinds of shit. Bitch on the full shit, fine. You see all kind of things.
Running through the design, don't care about shit. I can work one time, though. Rich little man got shot, you slide, little boy, you a beast. 15 ball, one plate on me.
Peace. What's going on? What's happening? MD's Thoughtbox Live, y'all. Checking in once again. So, topic for the night, God and government. I'm waiting on my partner Apex to come through. He had some stuff he had to handle, some very important business. I hope that everything work out the way it's supposed to work. So shout out to Apex, Gideon Prime, Truth Chaser. So I'm gonna do some things before he can come in. I'm hoping he can come in around 9:30. Then we can go on, crank it on up. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping. He told me, like if I go on, man, like stick around, like he gonna be in the building. So I'm gonna take him for his word, so we can get it in. We gonna talk about some very important issues when it comes to God's role in government. We're gonna talk about theocracy. We're gonna talk about the social hierarchy when it comes to a lot of the Christian mindset. We're gonna talk about all that tonight. We're gonna get it on out the way so we can get some clarification in regards to like what's what when it comes to Christianity and how they view government as it pertains to the United States of America. Because there's a lot of disturbing things going on right now. Yesterday I showed, matter of fact, let me do it again. Hell, why not? You know what I'm saying? Who out there gonna get their Trump Bob? They God bless the USA. God bless the USA Bible for $59.99 plus shipping and handling. I offered to gift Black Son a Make America Great Again Bible, you know, with him being a Christian nationalist and all. You know, I can only assume that that's what the vast majority of MAGA is. So so what are we talking about? I'm gonna play that advertisement. So if anybody's thinking about buying a God Bless the USA Bible for their loved one, whether it be friend or family, you know, so you can get an idea of what you get. So I'm gonna play this video here. Give me a second. Give me a second, man. Just an advertisement for all my MAGA maniacs out there. That's all. I want to make sure I get the right one because I want the full. I want the full commercial. I want the full commercial. I think this it right here. I think this it right here. Just an advertisement for my MAGA people. That's all. We're gonna get that on out the way first. And then we're gonna get started with some news articles here. That's right, Tequila, MAGA maniac. That's what that's what they are, you know. Hashtag that. MAGA maniac in all your social media. That's all you gotta do. Just know who came up with the term if ever, you know, it pop up so I can get my royalties. That's all. Let me play this commercial.
This Bible is the King James Version and also includes our founding father documents. Yes, the Constitution, which I'm fighting for every single day, very hard, to keep Americans protected. Also, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, and the Pledge of Allegiance are all part of this. God bless the USA Bible. And it's just very important and very important to me. I want to have a lot of people have it. You have to have it for your heart, for your soul. Many of you have never read them and don't know the liberties and rights you have as Americans and how you are being threatened to lose those rights. It's happening all the time. It's a very sad thing that's going on in our country, but we're going to get it turned around. Religion and Christianity are the biggest things missing from this country, and I truly believe that we need to bring them back, and we have to bring them back fast. I think it's one of the biggest problems we have. That's why our country is going haywire. We've lost religion in our country.
Oh, that wasn't the full one. I need the full one. That wasn't it. Give me a second, y'all. Because you got to get the full context. Got to get the full context of what's going on. Let's see here. I don't know what they did with the full. Maybe this is it here.
This Bible is the King James Version and also includes our founding father documents. Yes, the Constitution, which I'm fighting for every single day, very hard, to keep Americans protected. Also, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, and the Pledge of Allegiance are all part of this. God bless the USA Bible. And it's just very important and very important to me. I want to have a lot of people have it. You have to have it for your heart,
You
for
have
your
to have it
soul.
once again for your heart and
Many of
for your
you have
soul.
never read them and don't know the liberties and rights you have as Americans and how you are being threatened to lose those rights. It's happening all the time. It's a very sad thing that's going on in our country, but we're going to get it turned around. Religion and Christianity are the biggest things missing from this country, and I truly believe that we need to bring them back, and we have to bring them back fast. I think it's one of the biggest problems we have. That's why our country is going haywire. We've lost.
So that wasn't it either. That's not the one I play. I don't know what the one is that I played yesterday. But hey, you get the gist. The fact of the matter is, you need God Bless America Bible. That's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm heeding the call in terms of my fellow Christian nationalists. I was willing to gift one yesterday. So if there's anybody out there that needs to hear the word of God, reach out to me. You know what I mean? If you're not able to get one, I would be happy to spend $60 and just get up with me on a personal note, and I'll get your address information, and I'll make sure to ship that out with you. Not only that, you'll also be confounded within the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and all other documents that, according to Trump, that were put in place and instilled through Judeo-Christian principle. According to what he said, I didn't say it; he said it. So, I just wanted to put that out first. All right, let's get into it. So, first and foremost, let's talk about this, right? While we're waiting on Apex, I want to talk about what happened today in the OMB. If don't nobody know what the OMB is, the OMB is the Office of Management and Budget. They are the people that they're basically the administrative section that handles your census records, your racial classifications, et cetera, right? So a few months ago, an effort was put into place by several different entities, was put into place to try to disaggregate, and this is near and dear to me, to try to disaggregate the different sectionalities when it came to African Americans, meaning that we wanted a distinction between the different subgroups of the different ethnicities, if you want to use that word, so we could better get a specified data collection when it came to the different groups. Not only was black people doing that, it wasn't only black people, it was also other different groups, including what they call MENA, MENA, which is an acronym for Middle Eastern North Africa. They wanted to have a distinction within the OMB to be counted correctly when it comes to their ethnicity and background. So the final the final verdict came out of the OMB today, and the it wasn't good, folks. It wasn't good. We'll just put it that way. Let me find that. It wasn't good. At least not for us. It wasn't. At least not for us. So let me pull this up right now. Let me share my screen, and I'm gonna read this so we can better get an understanding of what exactly happened, right? And a lot of people view this as, there go to black Americans being xenophobic again and blah blah blah, this and that. It wasn't necessarily that type of party. Where people try to make it that type of party, but it wasn't. It was specific in regards to data collection, and it was important. And and the reason we know it was important because there were other ethnicities doing the same thing. But let's read this. This is directly from the White House. It says OMB publishes revisions to Statistical Policy Directive Number 15, standards for maintaining, collecting, and presenting federal data on race and ethnicity. Now, a lot of people view this as almost like a double-edged sword, because we'll get into it. Let me read this. By Dr. Karen Orvis, Chief Statistician of the United States. Earlier today, the OMB published a set of revisions to Statistical Policy Directive Number 15, or Directive Number 15 for short, standards for maintaining, collecting, and presenting federal data on race and ethnicity. The first since 1997. This process started in June 2022. That's when the OMB started taking public comment. With the first convening of the Interagency Technical Working Group of federal government career staff who represent programs that collect use race and ethnicity data. Since the first convening, we've reviewed 20,000 comments and held almost 100 listening sessions, of which I was a part of several of those listening sessions, to finalize the important standards we are announcing today. Thanks to the hard-working staff across dozens of federal agencies and input from thousands of members of the public, these updated standards will help create more useful, accurate, and up-to-date federal data on race and ethnicity. Says these revisions will enhance our ability to compare information and data across federal agencies and also to understand how well federal programs serve a diverse America. You can read blah, 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 blah. We don't want to know the process. We want to know what happened. Okay, all right, here go the revision. It says the working group's final recommendations included several critical revisions that have been thoroughly researched and tested over the last decade. The updated standards released by OMB today closely follow the working group's evidence-based recommendations and make key revisions to questions used to collect information on race and ethnicity, including using one combined question for race and ethnicity and encouraging respondents to select as many options as apply to how they identify. Now, basically what they're saying. Basically what they're saying is you can go bonkers on your census data, on your federal OMB race classification sheet, whatever it may be. Now, is this going to be the standard moving forward? Is it going to be a trickle down effect when it comes to like how the states ultimately collect data, use it for EOEs, which is equal opportunity employment, where you check like your race and like hell, if you identify with this, you could check as many I don't know. I know from a federal standpoint, that's basically what they're saying that you can do. You can go crazy on your classifications now. That's a problem. That's definitely a problem. I don't think that it serves the ultimate purpose as it should serve, because now it's going to be more skewed than ever. You know what I'm saying? But again, I understand the reasoning behind collecting the data, because ultimately it's to get a more decisive verdict when it comes to a lot of information in regards to the demographics. So, I mean, you kind of like defeating the purpose, but let's continue. Now, check this out. Adding Middle Eastern or North African as a new minimum category. The new set of minimum race and or ethnicity categories are American Indian or Alaska Native, Asian, Black or African American, Hispanic or Latino, Middle Eastern or North African, Native Hawaiian or Pacific Islander, and white. So here's the deal. Let me let me talk about the Middle Eastern and North African thing first. As a demographic, I can understand why they did what they did, because they are a distinct ethnicity of people. Point blank, period. I 100% agree. They had every right to disaggregate, so to speak, and have a more precise data collection method when it comes to them as a people. When you distinguish Black or African American, again, double-edged sword. Reason being, looking at it on the one hand, the reason that there was a conservative effort to try to distinguish Black American was based on the ultimate goal of reparation. We had to set ourselves apart, not necessarily separate the general overview of what black is, because that's a whole different topic for another discussion. Hell, a lot of these FBA cultists and extremists, Negro extremists, don't understand that fact. But because it's a racial term at the end of the day, the goal was not to be identified from a federal directive standpoint as a race. But hey, I digress. So that's one side. On the other side, sticking with the topic of race, this may have been a win from a racial standpoint for what they was trying to do, because I think a lot of the groups in the middle of the process of the OMB public hearing, they kind of like, should we really be doing this? Should we really be doing this based on the fact that if we can distinguish ourselves as a distinct ethnic group, then try to turn around and push reparations based on that distinct ethnic group, when the Constitution clearly says that you really can't do anything based on race and ethnicity, it would have defeated the purpose then. Yeah, we would have been disaggregated. Yeah, we would have been collectively identified, as a whole nother subgroup. But in the push for reparations, they would have told your ass, like, look, yeah, we can't do anything based off race and ethnicity. That's discrimination. So there's I can see both arguments. I can see both arguments for sure. I'm not saying that I can't. I'm not hating on one group or another, because ultimately it was a push for the right thing to happen. And it's questionable to say if the right thing did happen, depending on your perspective, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I was on Twitter earlier, and I saw Camilla Moore, who was the chairman of the California Reparations Task Force, and she agreed with the final recommendation. She agreed based on the fact that she looked at it from a racial perspective. If they would have identified us as a distinct ethnicity, that would have hindered the reparations push. Now others, including United Sons and Daughters of Freedmen, which I follow, they didn't agree with the final recommendation based on another angle, based on how they look. They didn't go to the OMB to identify as a distinct ethnicity. They went to the OMB to disaggregate based on the status in which we hold in the country, which I also agree with. So again, it depends on the angle in which you look at it. What was it? Was it the right thing? I mean, it's hard to say based on what happened. So I ain't gonna read all the rest of this. I mean, it ain't nothing but a couple more paragraphs, but basically that's what happened today with the Office of Management and Budget in terms of their final update of Directive Number 15. All right, now this is what I wanted to get into next. While I'm still waiting on APEC, this is what I wanted to get into next, right? So going back to the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore collapsing the other day, there has been a slew of racial attacks. I'm gonna just keep it, and I ain't even that type of person. I ain't a racial guy. There's been a slew of racial attacks on the brother, the mayor out of Baltimore. Let's pull that up. I'm talking about baseless claims. And see, again, this is the problem. This is the problem with your MAGA maniac. Brandon Scott is the brother name. Young brother. He look like he around my age. I don't know exactly how old he is. But yeah, he look like he around my age. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the attacks and the amount of disinformation that has come out, that a lot of these dumbasses are pushing, that are directly linked to MAGA. It is what it is. Directly linked. You know what I'm saying? Check this out. It says, racists called Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott a DEI mayor. Here's how he responded. Now, I'm not gonna read this. I'm gonna try to find it on YouTube, right? Because this shit is ridiculous, man. Like, it's ridiculous how these people attack issues and they try to link them directly to a whole group of people. But a lot of these MAGA maniacs, you can't tell that to them, because then they call foul with quote unquote reverse racism and all that. I mean, just dumbasses is what they are. Clearly, you making a racist remark in regards to whatever you think DEI is. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm anti-DEI because I understand that the ultimate goal, and I'm just talking about dealing with black folks, the ultimate goal is to get it to the point where our social standing supersedes anything that you may think that we are getting as far as special treatment from the government. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a minimalist when it comes to government. I am. But I also understand the underlying factors that make it to where we have to try to get ahead. And that's why a lot of the Democrats fall along them lines in terms of when it comes to black people. They look at us as a coddled demographic. Hell, we look at ourselves as a coddled demographic from the sense of upward mobility. You know what I'm saying? We can't tie it to merit or bootstrapperism, when it comes to us, because we ain't never had no boots to strap up. You know what I'm saying? So when we do get the little crumbs that the Democrats give us, as a whole, we take higher position with that. You know what I'm saying? As a whole. But that's because the other side of the aisle berates it. So you know how Negroes do. You know how we kick it. We like to throw shit in people's faces. Just deal with it. If you're not willing to deal with it, change it through being justifiable within the means of making black Americans as a whole. Until you're willing to do that, you MAGA babble. And that's exactly what this was. MAGA babble. Making up shit. But let's check this out.
Shame on those people who want to make something out of this that isn't there. They have this boogeyman philosophy, and if it's black or brown, it's something that they've got a target on. Yeah. I just think that is just totally uncalled for at a time like this.
That was Maryland Congressman Kwesi Mfume last night on this very show, talking about the rampant conspiracies being hawked by the right about Tuesday's tragic bridge collapse in Baltimore. It has been a grab bag of right-wing grievances, barely coded racism, and flat-out lies. Noted Jewish space lasers and QAnon conspiracist Marjorie Taylor Greene suggested the disaster was the result of an intentional attack, perhaps by the space lasers. But the most idiotic and racist theories had to do with their newest boogeyman: diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI. A Republican congressional candidate in Florida tweeted that DEI did this. And a right-wing blue check account that's been boosted by Elon Musk in the past just blew straight past the dog whistling, tweeting to its 276,000 followers, quote, Baltimore's DEI mayor commenting on the collapsed Francis Scott Key Bridge, it's going to get so much worse. Prepare accordingly. The post included a clip of Baltimore's black mayor, Brandon Scott. I cannot believe I have to say this. Brandon Scott was elected with 70% of the vote in 2020 in a city that is 61% black. So by right-wing logic, a diversity hire would have been a white man, which of course is
Bingo.
what they want. Only the white Christian men may have the things. And at this point, it's evident what they mean by DEI, right? Okay, it means black people. It's the reason the right complained about critical race theory. It's not fashionable to be openly racist anymore in America, unlike what they call the good old days. So referring to a black mayor as a DEI mayor gets the point across, right? So fellas, why not just say what you mean? You can't stand black people. We get it. You've been heard. What is also clear is all the conspiracy theories are a distraction from the real effects of Tuesday's bridge collapse. Tonight, officials said the remains of the two victims were recovered. The remains of two of the victims were recovered. Construction workers who had been working on the bridge. 4 others are presumed dead. There's also the economic fallout from the port of Baltimore being closed indefinitely. This port is one of the busiest in the country, 11th largest overall. It employs more than 15,000 people and more than 139,000 indirect jobs. And it's the #1 port in the country for the import and export of automobiles and farm and construction machinery, a top importer of sugar, and second in the nation for export of coal, and not just coal for black people, Republicans, coal for everybody. Joining me now is Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott. I will allow you, Mayor Scott, if you choose to do so, to respond to the tomfoolery and attacks on you.
I even seen when they played this clip, I even seen on Twitter somebody complaining that the brother had a hoodie on. Like what is we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, this the dumb shit that I'm talking about. Talking about the DEI mayor on MSNBC with a hoodie on. Who gives a damn? We talking about a national crisis, and he worried about what Buddy got on. Again, I'm telling y'all, this is the mindset of the MAGA maniac. Point blank. Period.
For having the nerve to be black and also a mayor.
Well, I think, listen, I know, and we all know, and you know very well, that black men and young black men in particular have been the boogeyman for those who are racist and think that only straight, wealthy white men should have a say in anything. We've been the boogeyman from them since the first day they brought us to this country. And what they mean by DEI, in my opinion, is duly elected incumbent. We know what they want to say, but they don't have the courage to say the N-word. And the fact that I don't believe in their untruthful and wrong ideology, and I am very proud of my heritage and who I am and where I come from, scares them, because me being at my position means that their way of thinking, their way of life of being comfortable and suffering, and while everyone else suffers, is going to be at risk, and they should be afraid, because that's my purpose in life.
And by the way, you know, the coded racism, before we even knew the nationalities of the men, Maria Bartiromo was out there talking about open borders and trying to somehow signal that they wanted to go after the brown people too, because of course that is their other target. We know that the men who were doing this hard construction work overnight, trying to fix the potholes on this bridge, working very hard, were Latino. And so that's now on the table too. We know that this ship.
Yeah, that's another point, and we'll get into that after this video. That was another point, that the 2 people that were pulled out of the wreckage, the 2 deceased that were pulled out, they were bitching and complaining that the fact that they were Latino. You know what I'm saying? See, here's the dumbassery when it comes to a lot of these MAGA maniacs. They complain so hard, it's like so hard, about the migrant crisis, which from my perspective, talking about not from economics, because it ain't got shit to do with economics. This is the United States of America. Anybody that comes to the United States of America got the ability to make money, because there's plenty of it. I don't give a damn what nobody say, right? I'm looking at it from the perspective of a potential of a demographic that can basically make our demographic from a voting standpoint null and void. Don't nobody want to talk about that shit though, because it don't fit the narrative of the MAGA maniac. You know what I'm saying? But that's not me taking away the potential for a migrant to become a United States citizen. That's not what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving the harsh reality of what what befalls us when it comes to our tie with the Democratic Party. And I'm playing a video from Joy Reid. I don't even like Joy Reid. You know what I'm saying? But this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about when it comes to the stupidity of these MAGA maniacs in their disinformation campaign. I'm playing a video from Joy fucking Reid. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to do this, like at all. But you underlying racist idiots make me do it. Because y'all show y'all true colors at the end of the day. And y'all don't know how to balance your bigotry and your racism with the ultimate issues of policy and justice in the aspect of governmental entity. You don't know how to do that because you're stupid. But I digress.
Which came from Singapore, was piloted by a very heroic crew from India whose Mayday call saved lives. Not maybe saved lives, but did. So this is a full-throated attack. But this is also what America is. It is people of multiple races who do the hard work to make America work and literally make it work. Talk about the importance of this port and how quickly you believe it will be back up and working.
Well, first I have to talk about those lives that we lost. Those folks came to this country to fulfill the American dream, the dream that they say should exist for everyone, but they really mean just for them. They were working, filling potholes in the middle of the night so all of us use that bridge could transit, had better transit. This port is one of the most important, not just in the U.S., but in the world. And these folks that depend on these jobs, we are going to be working very quickly alongside and following the lead of our federal government, our state government, supporting in every way we today. Everybody is working here together. We're ignoring all the conspiracy theorists, everyone who's playing bridge engineer at home, who's never even taken a class on engineering, and understanding that what this is about is showing the world once and again that Baltimore can't be broken, that our spirit is strong, and we will rebuild together and honor those who we lost.
And I want to note that two of those who have been now declared dead were Mexican nationals. Has there been is there cooperation happening across that divide as well? Because obviously this is now an international situation, not just the United States, but Singapore and also Mexico.
Yeah, our federal partners are leading in that and making sure that contacts with those countries and the families that are there in those countries are happening. We are all in contact with the families. Right before I got on with you, I spoke with a family member of one of the deceased, again, making sure that they know that we're going to be supporting them, not just now, but long after the cameras are gone and even after the ignorant tweets stop.
I just want to say, just personally, and I think from this show, and I'm sure I speak for you as well, we are grateful in this country to the Latino workers who do the hard work. They are on these construction sites all over this country doing the work.
See, this is why I don't like Joy Reid. She didn't have to she didn't even have to. What was the point of her saying that? You know what I'm saying? So I understand that she pushes an agenda. I get it. But the fact that I'm on here playing a video from Joy Reid to basically set an example in terms of what's going on with the radical right in terms of MAGA and the racist ideology that they have is troubling. You know what I'm saying? She ain't have to say shit. Oh, well, we thank the Latinos for coming over here and picking oranges and apples and work being flagmen and filling potholes and shit. Right? You didn't have to say that. Stick to the topic. Now, the beginning of the conversation with the Latino made sense in regards to what the racism is doing as far as the disinformation campaign. I get that, but she ain't have to say all that extra shit. That's why I don't like Joy Reid. Just to give context. I digress.
work that you cannot compel a lot of Americans to do, the back-breaking work that we don't even have enough gratitude to give to them. So our deepest condolences to the families of those 6 who are gone and are lost, and they were lost doing the work for us to make our country better and to make our economy stronger. God bless them. And to anybody who has anything negative to say about this mayor or those people, we know who you are. We see you. We see what you mean when you say DEI. We get it. Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott, thank you so much.
With
Much
the sister
appreciate your
girl.
time tonight.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't like Joy Reid.
Hey, everyone. MSNBC has.
But again, so again, it's a damnable offense when I'm on this live right now playing a video from MSNBC, Joy Reid readout to exemplify the dumbassedness of the MAGA maniac. That's how bad it's done got. He said, yeah, it's ironic that it's immigrant that's in the news again. Of course. Hey, I'm about to pull up something else too. I ain't finished. Let me give you another example. Let me give you another example right now. Like the amount of disinformation that these people push, I'm telling you, it knows no bounds, folks. It knows no bounds. Let's go to the Twitters. I'm going to pull it up right now. I'm about to pull it up right now. Detroit. Let's go. Let me share my screen on this, because it just continues to happen. It continues, and the MAGA maniacs that follow lockstep with some of these dumb arguments. You know, you don't hear shit until it suits them. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to call out the dumb shit because they know it exposes them. It exposes them. Check this out. I'm on Twitter, y'all. I'm on the Twitters, right? I am on the Twitters. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Hold on. My bad. So we on the Twitters, right? Check this out. It says, more GOP lies about, I wanted to get the exact tweet. They probably done took it down because it was a lie. He ain't had no choice but to take it down. But let me see. Oh, no, never mind. That's a video. So I'll just go with this top when it says Michigan Republican State Representative. I was looking for. I don't know what his Twitter handle is though. Oh damn, it's right here. Hold on. Matthew Maddox. I want to go straight to his Twitter, if that's what I want to do, so I can get the exact tweet and then get the backlash. Because this guy's a fucking idiot. A fucking idiot. That's what he is. Let's see here. Yeah, he probably done took it down. Matter of fact, I'm positive that he took it down because they community noted the shit and everything. Like, look at this fucking guy telling these lies and shit. Oh no, hold on, wait a minute. There you go. Okay, all right, check this out. I wish I knew. I wish you could blow this up. You can. Okay, all right. Happening right now. This is from Matthew Maddox, state representative of Michigan, right? Happening right now. 3 buses loaded up with illegal invaders at Detroit Metro. Talk about the airport. Anyone have any idea where they're headed with their police escort? So he had a picture right here. This is a picture of these buses, right, at the airport. And you got cops right here, right? Then this another angle of it, of the airplane right there, you know what I'm saying? So this is what he tweeted out. Now let's check out this community note. Dumbassedness, bro. This is the community note. This is the Gonzaga men's basketball team, not a group of migrants. The police escort is taking them to the NCAA men's Sweet 16. The NCAA Final Four is in Detroit. The NCAA Final Four is in Detroit. Watch we know this is happening. So he trying to justify because everybody bitched him out in the comments. Everybody bitched that. See, he done flooded his own shit, trying to drown out the people in the comments. Saying like what the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So then he says we know this is happening. Hundreds of thousands of illegals are pouring into our country. We know it's happening in Michigan. Our own government is offering money to take them in. So he said, since we can't trust the fake news to investigate, citizens will. The process of investigating these issues takes then blah, blah, blah. The community noted that shit. So again, the tomfoolery of a lot of these idiots, right? I mean, just idiots is what we're dealing with. It's conspiratorial. It's conspiracy. Well, damn, I can't even say it. It's a conspiracy theory. Conspiratorial. And the MAGA maniacs fall for the shit hook, line, and sinker. Just ask Black Son. Go watch the show from last night. 80% of what that nigga said was conspiratorial. Because that's all they can go off of. They can't go off of anything that's related to the subject matter at hand. It's got to be whataboutism. That's why I can't fuck with MAGA. I can't do it. Put policy aside, just for a second. Just put the policy aside. For the niggas that like to tout and talk about integrity and moral validity and having a value system and being a quote unquote alpha male. That's the type of shit that you rolling with? You ain't gonna cross-reference shit, huh? You just gonna say bump it. That's what was said on Henderson Times, or that's what was said on Nigga Monthly. So I'ma roll with it. You know what I'm saying? Don't got the intellectual aptitude to go and try to cross-reference a damn thing. Ain't got it. I mean, you just don't have it. Let me see if I can go to my see, being on the phone and being on the computer, that should be way different. I don't know how to get to my let me go to my notification. No, it ain't gonna be in my notification. What do I need to go to? What do I need to go to? I want to go back and look at the shit that I replied to, but I don't know how to do it on here. My bad, y'all. Hold on. No, it ain't that. Hey, somebody help me. If I'm on desktop and I want to go to look at like my previous replies that I replied to a tweet, where do I go? Notification. Let me see. That was Marcel. Shout out to Marcel for Congress. But that was, I don't know what I need to go to. Let me see. Maybe I can go to this guy's if I remember it. Yep, there you go right there. All right, like this is a this a brother Twitter handle by the name of Blood Pack, right? I responded to something that he said earlier. Let me see if I can find it. And see, this is the real issue because now it's bleeding over to the Black community. Niggas start believing a lot of this dumb shit that's touted by the extreme right. I ain't even gonna say the extreme right. They ain't the right word. By these fucking MAGA maniacs. Because hell, at this point, I go with the extreme right. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can find. This is another bit of disinformation that I seen. Was it today or yesterday? I don't remember. But yeah, this guy's a fucking idiot. All right, here you go right here. Now, this from Blood Pack. Remember, Blood Pack, this is a quote. This is supposed to be a quote-unquote reparationist that's fighting for distinction between Black Americans and the rest of us when it comes to Black people. A quote-unquote reparationist and understanding the intricacies when it comes to direct impact of the Black community. Now, check out what this nigga said. He said a Ukrainian immigrant ran into the bridge, but you blame the mayor. Now, this was him trying to defend Brandon Scott with another piece of disinformation. Now, it says, now he got this from some dumbass MAGA maniac Twitter handle. It says, confirmed. A Ukrainian citizen known as Sergei was the captain in command of the container vessel Dolly when it rammed and destroyed the 6.1 mile long Baltimore Bridge in the U.S. today. Imagine what news headlines could be if the captain was Russian. Disinformation. It was confirmed that the entire crew was Indian, going to Sri Lanka. But this nigga, in trying to defend Brandon Scott, say some old dumb shit. So it's a domino effect. It's a chain of dumbassery. And it just go for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. And then niggas start to be implemented in this crazy shit. That's what I want to stop. You know what I'm saying? Like disinformation all the way through, from the front to the back. And it's usually the niggas that's in the back. So again, man, we gotta stop. Van Cat said it looked like a lame duck. Hey, that's my pick. Put him in the rotation, Van Cat. Put him in the rotation. That's my pick. Matt Maddox, state representative. Let me for anybody that want to come in, because I don't know what's over Apex. He ain't hit me back yet or nothing, man. Hopefully we can get this done tonight. Hopefully we can get this done tonight. I hope. But for the time being, if anybody would like to comment on something that I've featured, feel free to do so. Feel free to do so. As I wait on my special guest, quote unquote special guest. This is crazy. This is the third time I done got stood up this week. Supposed to have the debate, didn't have the debate. Supposed to have TFP, didn't have TFP. That's a Negro for you, man. That's a Negro for you. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But yeah, anybody would like to come up and discuss some of the things that I've talked about, not come up here and do the whataboutism or try to side rail, because you know I know it'd be a few MAGA maniacs that be want to lurk. You know what I'm saying? But you know, to the topic at hand, and if it is any MAGA maniacs out there, it is what's going on with the disinformation campaign that's associated with MAGA, whether you like it or not. It is. I don't give a damn what you say. You can't disassociate yourself. If you consider yourself MAGA, you can't disassociate yourself from it, because that's the general viewpoint of what's going on. It just is. DEI is a fervent talking point amongst MAGA, all for the wrong reasons. Now, I just said I disagree with DEI. That's what I said. I'm a staunch advocate against DEI based on the fact that if you stand on true American principles, DEI shouldn't even be a factor in the conversation when it comes to equality in this country. You know that. But for the sake of having a talking point, you use the subject in an ill-fated manner. That's just real. Everything I hear about DEI from a MAGA veers to the realm of racism every fucking time, because you don't know how to articulate any other facet from the conversation. You don't have that ability. You talk about merit, so what is the merit based on? I need to know. Because the merit of anybody else that considers themselves a day one American citizen is based on the amenities that were afforded to them and then pushing forward. Black folks didn't have that, not those amenities. We may have the endurance. We may have the business acumen. You know what I'm saying? We may have the perseverance. Never had the amenities at all. So I mean, let's keep that shit real. You know what I'm saying? But one of your defense mechanisms when it comes to that type of conversation is racism. And then you got Negroes that waddle behind like the baby ducks and the mama duck, going off of it, but don't have context in any way, shape, or form to understand the conversation. It's just a talking point. And most Negroes as megamaniacs, that's all they know is talking point. They don't know context. They don't know origin. They don't know the body of the conversation. They just know memes and one-liners. You know what I'm saying? To try to go against the grain. You don't understand what merit is. You don't understand what true individualism is. That's what I'm here for, the political prophet. To teach you. It's up to you to absorb the information. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. I ain't trying to berate you or belittle you in any way, shape, or form. Because I want you to understand. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to be dumbfounded. At all. I'm talking specifically like to black folks that go by this dumbass ideology. You know what I'm saying? That's not even to sway you as far as your position when it comes to your voting rights. That I ain't even doing that. Because for a long time I was still saying, after all the shit I would say about mega maniacs, I would still come on here and say that I would vote for Trump. I said that shit for months. But because of the totality when it comes to the population of the mega maniacs and me looking around and doing the 360, I question that shit now. I can't condone a lot of the actions of what some of the secondary players are doing. I know, see, here's a caveat, right? When I say secondary players, I don't necessarily mean in terms of value or in terms of legality or legislative priority. Because I know, right? Legislative priority isn't present. We had this whole conversation yesterday. So when I mean secondary player, I mean as far as the hierarchy when it comes to what you believe where the ultimate responsibility lies. The MAGA maniac will suggest that that's Trump. It's not. It's not. Even to the point where you would have a person admit wholeheartedly that they put priority on a different fucking country other than the United States, based on a mean talking point that they believe that solidifies their argument. Fucking Ukraine. fucking Ukraine. See, this weekend, well, I don't know if it's gonna be this weekend. It may be I might just wait. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Shout out to you, Mike. Yeah, Straight Talk Society. They in the house. They definitely in the goddamn house. Let me do this. I want to play a clip from last night's show. Would you allow me to do that? This shit here was damning. Damning. But I think it's needed to give yet another example. We're gonna play an excerpt here. This was damning. Yeah, I'm just freestyling, man. I'm freestyling. I had a whole nother show lined up, but like I said, shout out to Apex, man. He going through some things right now when he had to handle that. But he gave me his word, man. He said he was gonna be in the house, so I'm gonna persevere as long as I can. But let me play this excerpt, man. This here, but ooh, shit. Yeah, let me get this loaded up. This was from last night's show. If you haven't checked out last night's show, please do. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. MD's Thought Box. This was from March 27th, which was yesterday.
His kids will be left alone, and he doesn't do it. Why? You would have to be committed to loving this country enough to keep going. I wouldn't know what else. That'd be a lunatic move.
Right, especially with all the legal stuff he's going through. That's
Yeah.
like a headache. Yeah. I mean, it gives me a headache watching it. And I'm not even, you know what I'm saying? That shit, when I hear about Letitia James and Jack Smith and all them motherfuckers, I get a headache. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I stress when I go to court over some traffic shit.
I knew you were going to say traffic court.
Yeah, that shit is stressful.
Did I freeze, Ricardo?
Well, and then they
especially being a truck driver.
Can you hear the audio?
Ahead, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Strategically, in my mind, it's like they purposely had black women lead the reign.
Now check this shit out.
They did that strategically.
Did y'all hear what the white woman just said? Did y'all hear? I'm gonna play that little part again. That's not even what I'm pinpointing, but I'm gonna play it again. Like I said, shout out to Kelly. She comes on here sometimes. She gives some insight on what's going on. But I'm gonna play that little part again. Listen to this part. Now this is for take it take it how you want to take it. But I'm gonna just play it again because I think it was a pertinent time within the conversation. They have to have these certain shit to get done. Hold on, wait a minute.
Well, apparently these people just want their pockets lined, because why do they let, not the only reason, but one of the reasons I look at Trump differently, because I'm like, he could throw in the towel today. All this would go away. He could live his life.
Yeah, I think it paused me because
and he doesn't do it.
I went to the other window.
Why?
So that was probably why.
You would have to be committed.
I ain't gonna pause it no more. I just want you to
country
listen to this
enough
part.
to keep going.
What
I wouldn't know what else.
Kelly said. Listen.
That'd be a lunatic move.
Right, especially with all the legal stuff he's going through.
Here you
That's
go
a
right
Yeah.
fucking
here.
headache.
Check
Yeah,
this out.
I mean, it gives me a headache watching it, and I'm not even. You know what I'm saying? That shit when I hear about Letitia James and Jack Smith and all them motherfuckers, I get a headache. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I stress when I go to court over some traffic shit.
Traffic. I
You
knew
know
you
what
were
I'm
gonna say traffic court.
saying? Yeah, that shit is stressful. Hell,
Well, and then
you
they
know, especially being a truck
strategically.
driver. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
Listen,
Strategically, in my mind, it's like they purposely had black women lead the reign on that. They did that
Hmm.
strategically. You will not convince me of anything different.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it's like this is clearly he could just bow out and he doesn't. So who else is committed to this country like that?
who else is committed to this country like that?
I
That's a
mean,
good question, Kelly.
Trump.
That's a very good question.
I don't know anyone, so that's why I stick with it.
It's a very good question.
Well,
Let's
like I
see.
said, if see, I was doing something, so I was distracted. I didn't even hear that shit until I heard the playback. Point blank. Period. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
we
but
got to get out of it.
my local and state can't
Listen to
can't.
this.
You see, you got to understand. I have business over in Poland, my friend. So Hank Johnson or whoever the fuck you mentioned has no power over that. Trump
I
does,
gotta stop.
and that so does the Congress.
He said Hank Johnson. He said Hank Johnson or whoever the fuck don't ain't got nothing to do with international. Let's go. I'm gonna stop it right here. Give context, then we're gonna play some more. Right? Oh boy, this shit is sad, y'all. It's sad. I mean, I just be damn. Right? So I'm not gonna share the screen on this. I'm gonna just I don't want to do that. Close and do. I ain't gonna share the screen on this. I just want to read a few things. So Representative Hank Johnson, 4th District of Georgia, right? The district in which I grew up in, the part of the DeKalb County in which I grew up in encompasses Atlanta. So for the majority of my life growing up, my congressman was John Lewis, right? For the rest of like unincorporated, because I was in the city municipality. For the rest of unincorporated DeKalb County, which is like Stone Mountain, parts of Lithonia, uh, the greater Decatur area, like shout out to Candler Road and Wesley Chapel. Y'all, all the hood. I'm talking to my Atlanta folks now. All the hoods, right? Candler Road, Wesley Chapel, McAfee. You know what I'm saying? All of that area, that's Hank Johnson territory, right? I was under the assumption. This is me speaking. I was up under the assumption that us dealing with politics on a show, that everybody would know like who's who from a congressional a state, a local municipality, a congressional and a senatorial mindset, right? I would think everybody know like civics 101 shit you learn in middle school, who's who, you know what I'm saying? Black Son did not know who Hank Johnson was at all, you know what I'm saying? Where I live right now, I currently live in North Gwinnett County. Again, I'm talking to my Georgia people. I live in North Gwinnett County, which encompasses Beaufort and Sugar Hill and all of North Gwinnett, all of Hall County, which is Gainesville, where I currently work, and all the way up into the North Georgia mountain. Andrew Clyde is my congressman currently. Andrew Clyde is a racist. You know, I'll just keep it real. He's a MAGA maniac. So from a local standpoint, I got more skin in the game when it come to MAGA than Black Son do, because I live in a MAGA maniac territory. You know what I'm saying? Black Son does not. Black Son live in a Democratic stronghold. Point blank period. City of Atlanta. DeKalb County, Clayton County, South Cobb, parts of Douglas County, all of that shit, the Atlanta Metro is a Democratic stronghold, right? Deep blue, very deep blue. He did not know who his his U.S. House representative was. Point blank, period. Let's continue.
So I have interest not only here in America, but I have interest overseas too. And so, yeah, I don't want goddamn Putin to be provoked so he can goddamn run tanks in because somebody put the battery in the back of goddamn Poland. So yeah, but you say low information voter. Well, my thing is very vast, MD. I have interest overseas also. Okay,
You
so yeah,
just said Hank Johnson or whoever the
or
fuck that is.
whoever,
That's your congressman,
whoever
Black
the
Son.
local, the local, whoever. You say the local, yeah, but my interest is beyond local, is what I'm trying to tell you, MD.
But
That's
you
what I'm
don't
trying to
even know
get
the
to.
local is what I'm trying to tell you.
I do know the local,
But
but
you
my
don't even know who
interest,
Hank.
but you're telling me, okay, but he has nothing to do with the international. My interest is international also.
He said Representative Hank Johnson has nothing to do with the international. Hank Johnson was just involved in passing a bill that Black Son does not like. Hank Johnson was also part of passing a bill, being in favor of a bill a few months ago that would have gave funding to Ukraine. He has everything to do with international, sir. Everything. He has more to do with the international than the president does because he gives the power or he implements the policy that pushes it on an international basis. Everything to do with it. And you're in his district. So logically speaking, you are a representation of Hank Johnson. You are a representation, just like I would be a representation of MAGA maniac Andrew Clyde. You know what I'm saying? So again, I have more skin in the game when it comes to the MAGA maniacs than you do, Black Son, based on the fact that I live in a MAGA maniacs district and you don't. You live in a Democratic stronghold. I live in the country. Well, I ain't gonna say it's the country. Where I live at ain't the country. It used to be, but it ain't now. But I live amongst the MAGA maniacs. Ain't no MAGA maniacs where you live at, Black Son. None. Nowhere in the vicinity of where you live is of that same mindset. You know that shit. Keep that shit real. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I mean by faking the funk. We must not do that. If you were truly, truly, truly invested in making America great again, as it stands through the ideology, I mean, just by logic, you would first have to purge the Democratic stronghold in which you live. That would have to be the first thing, and not Trump. This goes back to the shit that I was talking about with Chicago. All these people talking about build the wall and niggas for Trump. Uh, 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 make Chicago red and all this dumb shit that don't represent the entirety of black folks in Chicago, by the way. And I continue to hammer this point. It don't matter how. I mean, the nail is a half inch deep in the goddamn 2x4 right now. It don't matter how hard I hit it. The people of Chicago voted for the position that they're in right now. I proved it on the show a few days ago. I proved it. One of his main talking points. I went on the man's campaign website. It's still up. He's the mayor right now, but his campaign website is still up. And it says right there in black and white what he wanted to do when it came to the migrants. They weren't even there yet. And the niggas voted for him by a landslide. And now because they being reached out and touched like AT&T, it's a problem. You ain't think about that pre-election? I'm in Decatur every weekend at my mama's house. Every weekend I go down there. I live not 2 minutes away from the tax commissioner office where the polls be in DeKalb County. I ain't never seen your black ass out there with no MAGA sign trying to get people to vote red. Well, it's illegal in Georgia now to do that, but still. I ain't never seen it, sir. But let's continue. You absolutely right, Chad. Well, they got it. What they got what they voted for. I 100% agree. So all the Negroes that's talking is now in Chicago is all for naught. The damage is done. You help the damage. But let me continue. So your interest is not the United States, is what you're saying.
No, I said also, MD. I don't know how you missed that word also. It's a plain
How did
English
you
word.
miss who your congressman was?
Again, my interest goes beyond that, sir. I'm looking at the whole picture. I'm not just looking at I don't do this with politics. I look at the whole picture. So I hear what you're saying.
He said he don't have tunnel vision when it comes to politics. He brushed politics with a broad brush, right? Somehow along the line of the stroke, he missed his own local government. He missed it. Just flat out. Shit dry as hell. Steel drywall. No paint whatsoever. But that ain't the damnable part. Check it out.
I hear what you're saying. I hear you loud and clear.
So with you looking at the whole picture, you miss some things, huh?
Look at it whole. I mean, I can't get everything, but I'm getting the most. I'm prioritizing the most important things that I deem as important. They may not be important to you.
Poland is more important than Stone Mountain.
Right now, yeah, it is.
Poland is more important than Stone Mountain.
Right now, yeah, it is.
Poland is more important than Stone Mountain.
Right now, yeah, it is. It is.
Poland is more important than Stone Mountain.
Right now, yeah, it is. It is.
Did y'all hear what this man just said? Or do I need to play it back a few more times? Do I need to play it back just a couple more times? Herein lies the issue with the MAGA maniac, folks. If there was a point in time where you needed clarification on exactly what I mean, beyond a shadow of an inclination of a doubt, this is the representation of a MAGA maniac. MAGA is supposed to be the implementation of an America First ideology. But because they're all over the place with their position, I forced Black Son into a corner in which there was no escape. And through trying to push what he was trying to argue, he forcibly said in his own words, out his own mouth, that Poland was more important than Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Look at my African American over here. Look at him.
That's just the facts, folks. I don't nigger babble. I'm quite clear. I usually try to bring things as concise as possible so you can understand what I'm saying. But because you be in the midst of nigger babble, you put yourself in a box to the point where you willfully admit that Poland is of a higher priority than Stone Mountain. That's what we're dealing with. That's the mindset. That's the ideology. That's just a fact. My research methodology is revolutionary to the point where I can make people say some shit like that. Like, that's crazy. I was baffled when he said it. Baffled. I couldn't even respond. I told him, man, hey, I ain't got no argument for that. I ain't got no argument. I was flabbergasted, befuddled, took in the back. I said, God damn. Poland? Shit. But again, it's almost like two realities merging with one another. It's like a break in the multiverse. You know what I'm saying? Because the ideology is so skewed and so flawed. That it puts you in a position to spew that type of rhetoric. Where you say, man, hold on, man.
I'm considering
more important than Stone Mountain.
Right now, yeah, it is.
Poland is more important than Stone Mountain.
Right now, yeah, it is.
Poland is more important than Stone Mountain.
Right now, yeah, it is. It is because I'm considering moving there. Yeah.
Hey, I can't argue with that. You said it, I did. Look at that shit. I got the stuttering. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a stuttering issue anyway. I got the stuttering, man. I'm telling you, I was befuddled. I was like, I don't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? Make America great again is the slogan, folks. But he's so tied into an issue that he tries to push for the purpose of putting a positive image on MAGA, that he was forcibly willing to jump off that bridge, quotatively. I'm talking about jump fully out the window. Fully out the window. In a swan dive position. So in the eyes of a MAGA-maniac, there is no intricacies. There is no caveat. It's a my way or the highway mentality, even when your position contradicts itself based on the talking points that's made. You know what I'm saying? But I have sympathy for a black son. I have sympathy for him. I merely just want to help him because I appreciate him. Because I appreciate him, man. But it's like that loved one, and I'm talking to my black folks. It's like that loved one that you care for so much, and you feel for them deeply. That's strung out on drugs, asking for $20 at the family function, or trying to kick some knowledge back to you, knowing he full of shit. He drunk at the time. You know what I'm saying? You love him. You wish he would get better. But for the most part, man, you that shit one ear out the other. Are you telling man, get your drunk ass away from me, man? You drunk. So okay, so here's a comment, right? Chadwick Nolan says he might have been talking in geopolitical terms or on a global scale. Again, if there's no way, I don't care how you try to slice it, how you try to dissect it, how you try to contextualize it, within the confines of the ideology of America first, it's incomprehensible. It just is. Now, I'm going along the lines of what y'all say is more important. I plan on doing on my first show of MD's political expose, talking about the origins and ideology of America first. That's the first show that I'm gonna do, and I'm going to show with empirical data, with undeniable evidence, where that ideology comes from. You absolutely right, Chad. Well, anything in USA is more important as it relates to the context of what we are talking about. And what we were discussing was the political implications of who's who amongst legislative bodies. That's all we were talking about. We wasn't talking about in the context of no geopolitical. We wasn't talking about none of that shit. And even if you want to use that argument, Hank Johnson, his House representative, is a part of that process because he votes on the bills that pertain to international outcomes. But Black Son didn't know that. It's not my fault. And he'll have a direct impact on if money go to Ukraine or not. And by all accounts, Hank Johnson would vote for Ukraine funding. He knows that because he's a Democrat. So he totally missed the mark on what we were talking. He totally missed the mark. I tried to get him to identify that, but because he was so hard pressed on his position that he was forcibly willing to say something that he knew was asinine. He knew it, but he was forced to say it based on my questioning and my methodology. Which again, I'm telling you, it's out of this world. It's revolutionary. My methodology should be studied in the realm of debate. That's just what it is, and that's only a tidbit. But it don't look like. Oh man, let me see what. I don't see. I don't want to call him, man. Yeah, see when I click back, it paused up on me. Give me a second. I'm about to call Apex and confirm that he ain't coming on because it don't look like he is. If not, I'm probably just gonna end the show. I may do another article or two just to talk about it. But give me 1 second. Let me see if I can get in touch with Apex. Give me 1 second. Okay, so Apex said he coming up in moments. So if everybody ain't sleep yet, we still finna do this God and government show. Hey, it is what it is. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, in the future, this is when you can plan on seeing me on my lives. You know what I'm saying? It's just the best time for me. You know what I'm saying? Like because I have to set all my stuff up, and usually when I stop for the day and eat, take a shower, you know what I'm saying? You know, talk to my kids and cake a little bit. You know, like I do all that first, and then I come on to the show. So this is around the time you can expect, well, a little bit earlier because I started at 9 tonight, only because Apex was busy. But around 8, possibly 8:30 is when you can expect me to be on the MD Thought Box Live. This was a great show because I even though I was expecting to delve deep more into the whole God and government conversation, I was able to get this out, which I plan on doing anyway. You know what I'm saying? But again, so just to recap, when you deal with a certain culture that's been branded within the confines of the MAGA movement, right? You can't deny the outright racism that's embedded in it. A lot of these niggas that try to tout this whole right wing movement and try to disassociate themselves from that, if you're not calling it out and you being complicit in it, that's the problem that I have. You know what I'm saying? Even to the point where niggas get mad when you call it out. I mean, a nigga will cuss you out for calling out something that's racist that they're confided in. They'll cuss you out. Point blank, period. That what happened to Mayor Brandon Scott in Baltimore was racist. What the fuck DEI got to do with a bridge coming down? Nothing. It's just another opportunity for them to call out what it is in regards to what they view. And it goes so far down the line where even in the defense of you, quote unquote, trying to set a position when it comes to the brother Brandon Scott, you say some dumb shit your damn self talking about Ukraine. Ukraine ain't have shit to do with the bridge coming down. Wasn't no Ukrainian on the goddamn boat. You niggas is crazy. But you'll have a MAGA maniac that'll retweet that shit and say, hey, look, look what happened. Ukraine was behind this. It don't make no damn sense, man. It just don't. It don't make no damn sense. Hey, I want to do a sound check real quick. Somebody in the chat let me know. I know y'all can hear this one, right? Because this the classic one.
Look at my African American over here. Look at him.
I know everybody heard that one. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's something wrong with the soundboard. I don't fucking know. Let me know if you can hear this.
Bruh.
Did anybody hear that? Let me know in the chat. I'll wait. It was the bruh sound effect. Because I redid them before I went live. Okay. Oh, GTO in the chat. Let me know if you can hear this. That's when I bring out a hidden gem. Let me know you heard that. Like I said, I'm gonna wait. I ain't got shit else to do. I'm just waiting on Apex. Did anybody hear the Legend of Zelda hidden door sound effect? I ain't heard nothing. I don't see nobody saying nothing yet. I'm gonna move on to the next one. Let me know if y'all hear this one. Oh, Chad will say no, he ain't here. All right, let me know if you heard this one. Did you hear that one? Did you hear that one? Chad will say no again. So I don't know what the fuck. So you heard the bruh. Let me play the bruh again. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know what's wrong with these shits, man. It it seemed like the only one that I can get to work is the Trump African American one. You know, I guess they said, yeah, we can't fuck this one up. That's funny. Okay, he said okay. GTO said that she hit a bruh, but can't hit a damn. I don't know why. I don't know why. That's crazy. Maybe because it's the format. I don't fucking know. But it is what it is. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it. Let me try to play it one more time. I'm gonna play the Zelda one more time because I hear it just fine. You know what I'm saying? I hear it just fine in my earphones, but I don't know why it ain't coming out on the fucking stream. Maybe what it's saying, but it's all I got them straight from YouTube, so I don't understand. Yeah, look in your WhatsApp, Apex. The link should be there. Yeah, just look in your WhatsApp. You should see it. If not, if you scroll up in the comments, I believe it's okay. There you go. Shout out to Apex. What's going on, man?
Yeah, you hear me?
Loud and clear, loud and clear.
MD, what's going on? Finally, what's good, man?
Yeah, I can't call it, man. Yeah, I know you had some stuff to handle, man. So you know, I didn't know if you wanted to come on tonight. You know, I could have
Yeah,
waited.
always, man. I enjoy talking to you, man. You're an honest dude, man.
There it
Always,
is. There
always
it is.
got time for the honest heart, yo.
There it is. There it is. So yeah, man. So what I wanted to get into tonight, man, I guess for the main event is yeah, I wanted to talk about God and country. We finally we can like sit down and analyze and break down from a biblical standpoint where the society lies in terms of what government is in the eyes of God. I wanted you to break that down for me so I can totally understand, and for the listening audience to understand what it is, what it means, and how it's supposed to break down. I don't know if you've seen the thumbnail for the video. Um, I had a little graph up there. I can pull it up. Let me pull it up so you can see it. and I want to ask you, do you agree with it? You know what I'm saying?
With the thumbnail. Okay. I mean, well, this thing, I'm always getting new angles to this. Like
Right.
I I I I I have the firm right angle, but I'm always kind of tweaking it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always learning.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
always
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
and God is a extra dimensional being that you can't really scale. So to compare God to something is like it's robbery to him. You
Yeah,
know what
no,
I'm saying?
no. I don't want to compare that.
No,
Ain't
no, no.
going
I
on the
know that.
book.
Now I just wanted to
Yeah, yeah,
say
yeah.
that to get that out the way because it's so when we try to approach God, man, it's like we got to be humble and we got to be like, yo, look, man. Far as I know, like we don't people be talking
Right,
definitely like,
right.
oh, I know the Lord. No, no, man. Look,
That's the problem. And I know you don't do that. So that's why I know I can talk to you and you could bring it from a objective perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
a lot of cats don't do that,
yeah.
like at all. You know what I'm saying?
If the Bible leaves it somewhere, you got to leave it there. You cannot take the baton and travel extra feet with it. You know what I'm saying? After the whistle's blown, the ball stops moving, yo. These dudes just trying to freaking the whistle blown and they trying to carry the ball 5 extra yards, man. Oh, I see that. Okay.
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
ruler of all, eternal king, civil government, church government, marriage, family, self-government. And is this your model?
No, 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 no. I just got that from Google, but
Oh,
but I
okay.
u but I used it to
As a
just
jump
give
off
a
point.
yeah, as a visual standard, and then according to how you break it down, it could be interchangeable. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say
No, no, yeah.
as it stands right now. Do you agree with that model?
Well, I first reaction, I would put church government over civil government, but I have to look into what civil government it really is because
Yeah, I thought you'd say that.
So
Right.
I don't want to be putting my foot in my mouth because I don't want to misrepresent God and something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So what would be just off the top of the dome, or if you could like pull them up maybe, and if you need for me to share the screen. So what would be some of the verses that that would deal with what that governmental hierarchy would be? Because I know a lot of people like to go to like Romans 13. You know what I'm
okay, I mean,
saying?
okay, yeah, you pulling out the
I told you I wanted to have a serious conversation. I'm dead for real.
cool. Hey, man, yeah, there you go. Romans 13. Yeah, let every okay. All
Yeah,
right,
we can pull it up if you need me to, or if you want to share your screen, however you want to do it.
you can pull it up. Yeah, pull it up. Because it might it
All right.
might be a little quicker with you. I mean, wait a minute. Would it be quicker for you? Because I know you
Well,
might you in the
well,
truck
well,
right now.
yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I'm on my laptop, so but I don't know
I
what.
got you. I'll put
So
it up.
okay, all right, yeah. Just if you want to share your screen, I'll let you share your screen.
Got you. Share screen. Got nothing. All right. Am I
Yeah,
live?
yeah, yeah. I see you. Hold on, give me a second.
Got you.
Yeah, yeah. You up right now?
All right. Turn this thing off. All right. Okay. Cool. Okay. I start reading. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. For there is no power but of God. The powers that are the powers that be are ordained of God. Yeah. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power resisteth the ordinance of God, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. Sounds like a little carte blanche action. Dare I? Getting close to that.
Right,
But
right.
okay, I continued on. Okay, for rulers are not or not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. For he is a minister of God to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid. For he that beareth the sword, he bears not the sword in vain. For he is a minister of God, a revenger, to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. Amen. Amen. So I just came, I've seen a whole bunch of law people, and I even told them that today. Ain't that something? Ain't that something,
Right.
yo? I just was saying
Right.
that, man. I had to do a little thing. I was in the, and
Right.
I just told Money tonight. I was like, if it wasn't for y'all, man, it'd be like Mad Max out here, yo.
Right.
True
So
story.
let's stop right there real quick.
Yeah.
So basically what it's saying, giving context to what Paul's saying, and not Paul, but what Romans is saying, it's talking about the rulers, meaning the people that's in head of the governance, right?
Yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
So basically, and this is why I wanted to bring that up, is because and you would be the best person for me to talk to that I know. You know what I'm saying? In regards to how the people view that ruling body, whether it be one person, whether it be a congressional body, whatever the situation may be.
Well, yeah, it's a whole like tree. It's like a branch, like branches going up the tree, like something
Right.
similar to Moses. It's a whole system.
Yeah, it's a whole system.
Order.
But there's a standard in that
Order.
system.
Huh?
It's a standard in that system. This is what
Yes,
he's talking about,
definitely is
right?
a standard in that system. The standard, when you're looking at that, is going to have to be some type of holiness and righteousness to it. Definitely some righteousness,
Okay.
and
All right.
it's gonna be a whole bunch of people because they bear the sword in vain. So it's not gonna be one. It's not gonna be like Batman or anything like that you got to look out
Right.
for. It's gonna be a whole gang of them. It's gonna be regimented. It's gonna be order. It's gonna have a code. It's gonna have a I can see badges. I can see all of that stuff. You can squeeze that in there without it abusing it. That text.
Right. But one thing is for sure, like, again, so what I'm trying to pinpoint, like, what righteousness means as far as the government is concerned, and what righteousness means as far as God is concerned. Do you believe that there's a difference?
Now, being that this is written to Rome, you can't even say this is about Israel.
No, yeah. You ain't gonna get that argument out of me.
This
leave
that.
Say that for the Hebrews.
Yeah. This is to the Christians in Rome, which is empire. So God is telling them, like, yo, man, as long as they laws don't break mine, you be a good law abiding you know what I'm saying,
Roman.
man and woman.
Yeah.
I don't even like to use that word citizen, really, because I don't know what.
Yeah. So basically what you just said, you can make a distinction between the Roman citizenry and the Christian citizenry, and the two can merge, not necessarily merge, but overlap. Is that possible?
Well, they could overlap peacefully without encroaching on any which one other. But as soon as they start to encroach on the other standards, then that's when God expects you to draw the line.
Well, we know they encroach because they start killing Christians. So we know they.
Exactly. So when they encroach, God will say, get up out of there. You can flee. You can see the danger. You got to be in the spirit for to get instructions from God. And dare I say, I mean, Jesus told Peter one time, about bearing a sword, and Peter said, "I got a sword," and Jesus is like, "Okay, that's good." For that particular situation. Now, you do live by the sword, you die by the sword. That's also included in that. But being the fact you're about to die at that moment anyway, well, it's okay to live by it because you're defending your life. In that instance where if they want to be of that persecution type spirit going on. But
Right.
I don't like it, we got to follow the laws. We got to follow the cops. We got to follow all of that stuff. We got to be good, what they call citizens. And God expects that of us. God expects us to be a shining light in that regard as well. So we want to follow the laws of the land as long as they, don't contradict God's laws or make God's laws obsolete.
So that will be my next question then. So what can be done as far as like the embodiment of the church, if that, because again, I mean, I'm trying to come to from the perspective of a Christian.
Well,
So go ahead.
Well, okay, right now, you got in this country, we got separation of church and state, right?
Right.
Now, only Israel didn't have that. We do. And because God said we got to respect the laws of the land, we got to legally, not spiritually, but legally, we got to respect the separation of church and state, as far as I could tell.
Right.
So,
and again, as long as it don't encroach on your on your system of self, see, and that's why I showed that picture first, because again, different things encompasses different aspects of what governance is. Separation of church and state don't affect your self-governance. It don't affect your family governance. It don't affect your church governance.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but civilly, you can't try to intrude or infringe on somebody else's rights of that same self-governance. When it comes to, I'm gonna just use religion as a general term. You know what I'm saying? As far as your religion or your belief system. So again, based on what's said in terms of what Romans say versus how that's implemented within whatever system of governments that you believe in terms of how you conduct yourself from a civil manner. To me, it is possible for that stuff to overlap. You know what I'm saying? But it
overlap
depends.
peaceably or overlap like as an intrude.
Well, it depends on the different parties. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the federal government or the state government can't intrude on your principles in terms of your belief system. But at the same time, said people that believe in that belief system can't intrude on other people. You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying?
You're right about that. And it's in the law of this land, the right to, you have the right to practice your religions and you have the right to, remain silent. You got the right to speak, freedom of speech. You got a right to all of that. So if somebody wants to freely speak against you, you just got to make sure that they lying.
Right.
If they come in to falsely accuse, because it's supposed to be a false accusation, right? If it's something bad and they're accusing you, the whole idea is that it's supposed to be false, and that's in another part of the Bible where it says, when they make sure if they accuse you of being an evildoer, that that you put them to shame, because you're not supposed to be an evildoer.
Right. So this is what I get out of Romans, right? And if you want to continue to read on down, you can. Just let me know. But this is what I get out of it. So how do you feel about the I guess the interpretation of civil governments like being like agents of God's law? You know what I'm saying?
Civil government. I mean, I'm gonna
Because
take
to me,
it.
that's what I believe that this particular chapter was talking about. I could be wrong. Like
I would take that, man, because it's like, if anybody wants to go on that endeavor of trying to go after God on any level, if you do it honestly, what's wrong with it? If you try, I mean, there was one guy that was healing. They was healing the sick, right? When Jesus was there, and it says that look, he's doing that too, and Jesus is like, let him alone. He's doing the work of God. So if anybody's doing the work of God, from an honest place, hey, let them do it. If the government want to get down with them, let them do it. If the government want to go half and half, you rejoice about the half that they want to do, and in the other part, you gotta try to reprove, rebuke, and exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. Like you see your boy Trump, he'll have abortions and this and that, but then he may do other stuff that people don't like. Like, but then again, when you look at the stuff that he
Look at
did,
my African American over here. Look at him.
yeah. Okay, pretty good. But yeah.
No, I'm just playing with you.
Yeah. No, but look, when it comes to that, I mean, I lost my thought. I think it got me. But I lost my thought, man.
No, it's all good, man. Take your time,
I had a
bro.
good one. But I don't have a problem with that, man. Like, they were saying like Trump, like, what they call, I cannot even say it on YouTube, J6.
Oh, yeah,
J6. I mean, technically, if they believe that was something that they could do, that was legal. I mean, I won't say legal. That's in the law to do so.
Well, yeah. See, but again, that's
we got the right to kick the government out.
Yeah, you do.
By force.
Yeah, you do. But that's in a tyrannical government. There's no.
That's what I'm trying to say.
So basically, what you're saying is tyrannical it can be in a broad spectrum of ideals. I don't believe that, but I mean, it's pretty clear cut what being tyrannical is. But I get your point.
That could be tyrannical. Income tax, that's illegal. That's illegal. Income tax is illegal.
Yeah, I knew we was going down that route. So
yeah, so it's just like right now, I'm like, yo, what are we doing? Because you could look in the U.S. codes, and you could look in the Constitution, something that you cannot be taxed on something that's already taxed. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, like I said, we had that discussion. I know what road you're going down.
Yeah,
but,
so
yeah, right.
Like, what did he do? I mean, because he talked masculine. I mean, he's not. I mean, I don't expect Trump to be a saved guy, but if he's going to be a regular guy, like put like this in the Bible. What's his name? He called him the anointed. He was an anointed servant of God. What was it? What was his name? Oh, the king.
Hey, pull it up. You got the.
Oh man. Oh man. Yo,
what's that you on right now?
This is this Bible Gateway King James.
Oh, Bible Gateway. Okay, I got
you. Yeah. Dad, what's the guy's name? My gosh.
Put
and
in,
God
put
called him an anointed servant. My anointed. He said, my anointed servant, and it was a king from another land. I think it's not Nebuchadnezzar. It was like I think it was Tag. And God said that because he that brought Israel back from captivity when they came back from Babylon. It might have been Nebuchadnezzar.
Okay.
You know that Dag. I'm all out of sorts right now.
Yeah. You the Bible guy. I don't know. That's why I said pull it up.
I'm kind of the Bible guy. I'm kind of sort of.
So why you looking for that? Let me bring up something else, right?
Yo, go ahead, man.
So I when it comes to obedience to civil law, and I'm trying to think of some cases where like you know the classic stuff like slaves be obedient to your masters and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So when it comes to civil law in regards to how the prophets told us to acquiesce to the civil law,
Yeah.
and going back, but at the same time, in regards to, like, if we're looking at U.S. law about tyrannical governments and stuff like that. Again, how deep? I guess, okay. Look at it like two circles, right? Well, I forget what they call it when the circles, some parts of the circles like overlap with one another. I forget what that shit called. But if you're looking at civil government, you're looking at God's government, and you're looking at what overlaps what. How much how deep do you think that overlap is in terms of what's righteous and what's not, in terms of how we view government? And you can use whatever example. What verse is that with slaves obey your masters? That's like let me see if I can pull something up here. Let me do something out the way.
I got it. King Cyrus.
Okay. Oh, Cyrus. Oh, okay.
King Cyrus, from Persian, the Persian king, and he called him his servant. And he came from another.
Yeah, because Cyrus released him out of captivity, right?
Yeah. He called Cyrus his anointed.
Yeah. Give us a chapter and verse and what book. We're gonna do it. Let's do it right.
Right here, Isaiah 45:1.
Okay.
Yep. Thus saith the Lord to his anointed, to Cyrus, whose right hand I have holden to subdue nations before him, and I will loose the loins of kings to open before him to the two leaved gates, and the gates shall not be shut. And that's, that was just one example of King Cyrus, God using another king. It wasn't like this guy was like some great holy guy, but God wanted to use him for a quick work, a quick service. So right. he was, you know what I'm saying? He was used.
Right.
King Cyrus, he called him his anointed. He was anointed for that work.
Right. Let's if you could bring up Colossians 3.
You prepared, man. Colossians. you set me up for a trap, huh?
No, I set you. I just want to get your perspective. That's all. Colossians 3. Yeah, where it talks about the bond servants and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said, we just break it down a few things.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay. If he be risen with Christ, okay, sit on his right hand. Bond servant. What are we looking at? Bond servant.
Hold on. Let me see where you at. Because like I said, Now I'm looking at the standard version, so it'll be different wording on yours.
Wives, okay, tomorrow. Wives, submit yourself to your own husband.
It's Colossians. I'm looking at Colossians 3.
Yeah, I got it.
22.
Yeah, Colossians 22.
Yeah.
Servants, fathers, provoke not your children to anger, lest they be discouraged. You see, these servants, obey in all things your masters according to the flesh. Not with eye service, not with men pleasers, but in singleness of heart, fearing God. According to the flesh. That's talking about employees and boss and employee relationship. Whenever you agree upon, when you sign a contract, you got to honor that contract.
Right.
Whether it be some, what I'm saying, whether it be any type of contract where like some type of, like how they did it back in the day, they did it like how like NBA do it. You get money up front, or and then you have to do a job, and then you work off. You know what I'm saying? You work it off.
Like indentured servitude.
Indentured servitude. That's how they did it back then. We do it a different way now, where you get paid every 2 weeks, whereas before, they give you a lump sum of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then now you got to work. Now now you got to work to pay that back.
Right.
So to
What?
speak.
Hey, what you in? You in the KJV? What version you in?
This is KJV, right? Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me, because I want to make sure I'm looking at the right wording with you.
Where it says
Okay.
in the flesh, right? You looking at in the flesh?
Because I'm on Bible reference, and it gives you like all of the, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I got you.
All
Yeah.
on one page, give you all the versions.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I
And
know. Blue letter.
well, no, this website is BibleReference.com.
Okay.
What I'm
And
on.
then
So yeah,
look
it
what it
says
says in the
service
next.
obeying all things your masters according to the flesh. Yeah. Next
Now
verse
I ask you.
23.
Yep, and then it said, and whatsoever ye do heartily unto the Lord and not unto men. You're doing it because you want to make God look good. You want to give God glory. So when they say, "Dag, this guy is a good servant. He's a good employee," it's gonna be to the glory of God. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Knowing that, again, 24, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve the Lord Jesus, Lord Christ. Ye serve the Lord Christ. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he have done. And there is no respect of persons. So you got to do right. And that's a reminder to me right there. I got to do what's right. You know what I'm saying? We got to do
Yeah.
what's right.
I think the next verse is what some people they say, well, look at the next verse, and
yeah.
but I mean, a lot of people will say that. So let's look at it from the aspect of like the transatlantic slave trade.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Because we know for a fact that a lot of these verses was used as a justifiable mean, right? Until they get to Colossians 4. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Where it says, "Masters, give unto your servants that which is just and equal,
Yep.
knowing that ye also have a master in heaven."
That's right.
So again, you know what I'm saying?
Well, they use it. I mean, look, God is the most lied upon a being that out there. Like everybody lies on God. The devil is an expert at lying on God, accusing God, making people think that it's God's fault why things happen bad to them. So they go,
Right.
this is just another example, of this transatlantic slave trade. They want to quote these type of verses to say, oh, you gotta obey your masters and all that.
Right.
They forget to tell you about kidnapping.
Right. Right.
Like, you can't kidnap somebody and then put them under a righteous standard. Like, what kind of crap is that, yo?
Yeah, I agree.
So you
I agree.
can't, like, so that right there just nullifies that. That's null and void.
Right.
They kidnapped you. They kidnapped people. They kidnapped people and they sold them, and it wasn't a fair trade. It was like, okay, I got these people for free. They didn't get none out of the deal. You know what I'm saying? So they sold them to another group of people and another group of people, and they traveled all over the place. They had no regard for the health and the well-being of the men and the women. So all of that is just wrong on beyond all levels. And anybody wants to use that as some type of justification, they lost.
Right. All right, so I guess we can consider we can continue on with this context.
Yeah.
I guess the next one we'll go to is we'll go to Titus 2.
Titus 2.
Yeah, start at verse 9.
Yeah. Exhort servants to masters and to please them well in all things, not answering again. Not prolonging, but shewing all good fidelity, that they may adorn the doctrine of God our Savior in all things. Yeah. When hey, I hear what you're saying there, MD.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to get, you know, a breakdown, an analysis on it. Because I know,
You
I
see, but
know that,
here's the
yeah,
point right here. Until their own masters, meaning that you made that person your master. There's some type of agreement. It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
just
That's why I said context is everything.
you can't cook somebody over the head. Oh, I'm your master now. It doesn't work like that. When
Right,
it says
right, right,
your own masters, I'm choosing you to be my boss, right?
right,
And I'm choosing you. I'm going to you are my boss, and I have to honor you just like how I would have to honor God in the flesh, in the world, to please them and please them well in all things on the earth, in the world. Not answering again, not prolonging, but shewing all good fidelity. The thing that you agreed upon, fidelity. You agreed upon that. That they may adorn the doctrine of God, our Savior. You see how it goes back to the doctrine? Just like how you serve God, you wanna make a demonstration of your servanthood. You're supposed to be servant of Christ. So, and this person is supposed to be your temporary master. Serve
right,
them like how you serve your eternal Lord and Master and Savior. That they may adorn the doctrine of our God. So when you are a good servant, they're gonna adorn the doctrine of our God, our Savior. For the grace of God that bringeth salvation has appeared to all men, teaching us that denying ungodliness, worldly lust, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world. See what I'm saying? Looking for the blessed hope. So while we're in the blessed hope, doing good work, showing all good fidelity, right? In this present world, looking for that blessed hope and the glorious appearing of the great God and our Savior, Jesus Christ. So while we're working for our bosses in the agreed upon contract, it's also going to be reminding us that, hey, look, just like how I'm serving my boss on his agreed upon contract, I got to serve God on my agreed upon contract, which is a higher and greater calling,
right.
you know? For he
All
gave
right.
himself for us that he may redeem us from all iniquity and purify unto himself a peculiar people, zealous of good works. These things speak and exhort and rebuke with all authority. Let no man despise thee. Let no man despise thee. This is letting you know. Let no
Okay.
man despise thee.
Okay. All right. So that would be an example of that would be an example of you know, still being up under servitude, but at the same time still being righteous. So what about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego then? Because they were up under servitude too,
Yeah,
but
but then
but they clearly defied.
well, look at what they were. Look at they told them to worship another god. That's one of the deal breakers right there.
So that was a red line being crossed.
That was one of the main deal breakers, and that's why the devil actually put them in that situation.
All right, cool. So let's go there then. Daniel 3, start at 16. That's what we'll do, so we can get content.
Okay. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. But if it be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace. And that actually is that's like saying a lot of things right there. And he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. Right? But
Right.
if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. And I think that says it right there. That's when it's
Right.
time to die. That's when you reject the king.
Right.
There
So
was never,
so again, that was the so like I said, we're talking about a red line.
huh?
So they were unwilling to worship the image of the calf, the golden calf. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, and all that stuff.
Right. So I think that would be if we gon' look at it from a perspective of defiance of a government, I guess. You know what I'm saying? That will be a representation of that, just from this aspect, not any other. You know what I'm saying?
And
Just
one of the golden calves, one of the gods, was Molech, which was down with abortion. That's where abortion came from. Molech worship, where they sacrifice the babies and they cut the woman open and take the babies out, and they use the blood of the babies and the bodies of the babies to worship Molech. So Christians, if they follow their word, they shouldn't be down with abortions in any type of way. See what I'm saying?
right.
And that right there, like, that's one of those things where you can't get down with that at all. You can't get down with the appearance of that.
Right.
That's a non-negotiable. You see what I'm saying? There is no, oh well, give the woman. No. There is no, because that's all of that stuff they're gonna hit you with to try to combat that. It's gonna be political correctness, and they're gonna make it seem right. There's a way that seem right to a man, but the end is destruction.
Right.
So they're gonna try to convince you by appealing to your sensibilities. You see what I'm saying? They're appealing to your sensibilities. Oh, well, they should have the right to do that. Like, these are the devil type. These are the type of temptations that the devil throws at you. Where, if you look at it from a human perspective, that they might get you. Like, dang, I mean, who doesn't want to have a free choice?
Yeah. And I guess since it was Daniel, I mean, you could put Daniel in that same boat too, because he he got persecuted too. You know what I'm saying, with the whole den of lions and all of that.
Oh yeah, the devil lines, and he was like, "Go ahead, do what you got to do." This is gonna be the same thing. There's a part where it says the furnace is gonna be lit 7 times hotter, talking about at the end days, right?
Right.
So this stuff is very relevant now. This right here is mad relevant, yo.
So we gave some examples of persecution. We gave some example of obedience. You know what I'm saying, in the context of how you defined it. Some people may disagree. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure some people gonna disagree.
Yeah, sure.
So let's look at and I ain't got no particular verse for this, but let's look at let's talk about theocracies, right? We're just gonna break it all the way down. We already had these discussions before.
Yeah.
Is it possible to subject an entire nation? Let's go small scale first. Is it possible to subject an entire group of people to principles based on the word of God in its totality? And what would be in your opinion, like I said, this ain't based on nothing. In your opinion, what would be the effect for that, or what would be the consequence in breaking it?
Well, you
Like
can't.
hypothetically speaking, we looking at a utopia, right?
Well, what happened? What happened in Israel when God went to Moses? Israel agreed to that contract, right?
They did. Let's pull it up. What are you talking about?
When they was putting on the commandments and everything, didn't Israel agree to that?
Well, I mean, by way of Moses, yeah.
Yeah, they guys, are you gonna follow these things? They was like, yeah. So it wasn't like God forced them to do it. They agreed to actually do that, right? So that right there could be a precedent, you know? Like God's not gonna give you something that you don't agree to.
Right. So I'm glad. I'm actually glad that you brought up the formation of Israel. So we know,
That's an
like,
example. Yeah.
yeah. So we know that even with that, things went haywire. You know what I'm saying? But they were still adhering to certain aspects of what the statutes were. You know what I'm saying? Even the repercussions of said breaking of those statutes, like stonings and stuff like that. I believe there was one instance where it was a breaking of the Sabbath.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know you got all the references. It was a breaking of the Sabbath, and the dude got stoned. Yeah. So if we're looking at a theocratic government, and we're looking at certain aspects of laws being broken, yet they're trying to civilly implement laws to another group of people, it looked like subjugation.
Well, now if this is America and this is how America does laws, then that's how America does laws. So when the people voted in, this is the agreed upon thing in America, right?
Right. Well, I'm talking hypothetical though.
Now, I mean, they even agreed to Jesus. Look what it says right here.
Well, that too, it's small. Like what chapter and verse? Like what book is that?
Let me get it
You
big.
ain't got to blow it. You ain't got to blow it up. You just quote it.
Then answered
I
all
ain't
the
got my
people.
glasses on. I still can't see that. But yeah, just quote it.
Then answered all the people.
No, I'm saying what book is that? I don't know what book. Does it say
Matthew
Matthew? I think. Okay, yeah, that's
Matthew
Matthew. Okay.
27. You can see it 25.
Hell, I don't even know what my glasses are. Oh, here they go. Yeah, break it down.
Yeah. They even agreed to Jesus right here. The people at their worst. And when Pilate saw that he could prevail nothing, but rather a tumult was made, he took water and washed his hands before the multitude, saying, I am innocent of this blood of this just person. See ye to it. Then answered all the people and said, his blood be on us and on our children. Which is actually the best thing that could happen. So they literally, without knowing, agreed to the whole thing. So America, the laws and all of that stuff that came up with, the people agreed to that. So
are you saying it's a indirect covenant going on in America right now?
Yeah, right now, if they could vote people in, the people get to change the law, and whoever gets voted in, they bring there with the Congress and all of the people. All of that stuff is all legal. The lobbyists, you name it, it's all legal in America.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
So if they change a law, they did it by the American way that everybody agreed to. You got people coming from all over the world trying to get into America. And the ones that do it legally, they have to agree to that. So right now, if you go to a state and the state has this and that law, whether you love it or hate it, you got to deal with that law, or you have to leave that state if you hate it. Right?
Yeah.
So if it's something, what you said, infringes on your American freedom, it's not really infringing on your American freedom, because the legislative and all of the powers that be that put these things into action, outvoted your you know what I'm saying, your point of view and the people that agree with you. So that's the agreed upon thing that they have in America and any other democracy or republic, you know.
Right, right.
As far as civilly, you know, so if you're in a state that doesn't allow abortions, you're in a state that doesn't allow abortions. If you're in a state that allows abortions,
right.
That's the American law. They voted it in the, you know.
Yeah, I agree with that, and that's the way it should be actually.
Yeah, so it's like when we say it's infringing, it's like this is what America is.
Well, abortion, in my opinion, is it's to me, to me, it's self-governance. I'm gonna just keep it above. It's self-governance because it deals with self. I don't believe that the government should be involved in any aspect of self-governance, right?
I mean,
What
I hear what you're saying, but that's not America though.
Well, what do you mean?
Like I said,
well, it's not America based on certain factors of different ideology.
No,
but everybody has that right to have that ideology. I'm not saying, but they don't have the right to instill that ideology in everybody else.
Well, they have a right to stop you from doing it.
But that's not right.
How is it not right? If these are the laws, what if somebody says freedom of speech is not right?
Well, you would have to get the context of what freedom of speech is.
Well, I'm just giving you
because freedom of speech is something that's governed by the self too. If you come on YouTube, no, I'm saying just hear me out. If you come on YouTube, right, and you say something and they take it down, and then you try to institute freedom of speech, you would be incorrect. Why? Because your freedom of speech wasn't infringed upon with what you said on YouTube. YouTube is owned by somebody. YouTube is owned by an entity.
And
that has the right to self-govern themselves, right?
And you agreed to it.
You agree. Well, you agreed to be on the platform, yeah, right.
And
you hit the little check box saying all of it. Yeah, you absolutely right.
Same thing with 2K. You look at 2K, they I rarely play, but I signed on the other day just to see the thing. They got a new agreement about everything that you own is theirs.
Right.
And they can take it whenever they want.
Right. The same thing with EA. When you log into Madden, you get the little EA policy up front when you first log in. You know what I'm so yeah, you're right. Because it's their intellectual property.
That's right. So that's American. Now, if this was Israel, or say something like, okay, you can't charge usury, you can't charge interest. That's how it is in Israel. But in America, you could charge interest. Now,
right.
Of course,
so
God
let me.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say real quick. So with that example being made, is your freedom to religion? Do you look at that as an intellectual property?
That's a good question.
So if we gonna look at it, so let's just say we do, right? If we looking at your belief system as an intellectual property, nobody, no person, including the government, has the right to do like copyright infringement on your IP. You know what I'm saying?
Well, isn't that in the country law that you have the right to worship?
Yeah.
So you have the right to worship.
But the government doesn't have the right to use a baseline argument that comes from said religion to implement policy. If you got to prove it, you know what I'm saying? But baseline, no. So that's why I said I look at abortion as self-governance. You don't get so the argument tries to be, matter of fact.
Well,
they did an argument.
higher. You have to go by which thing is higher. No, nothing is higher in America than, I mean, other than the Bible. I think America would say that it follows the Bible, right? It's based on biblical principles.
Well, it depends on who you ask.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the
You know,
Constitution,
right,
depending on who you ask, is the highest thing in America, right?
right.
So, what does it say about that? And if the
I get your
Constitution
point.
says, if the Constitution says that, okay, you have the right to, I mean, I don't know if it, if you have the right to do something, and another state law says no, you can't do it, then the Constitution has to outweigh the state law, right?
Well, yeah, in theory, but also, if we gonna use that standard, technically, the Constitution doesn't have the right to enforce abortion. I mean, it clearly says all
Well,
things.
I don't know about enforcing abortion. I'm talking about making you taking away your abortion.
Well, it don't have the ability to do that either. Because you would have to specify where that's written in the Constitution, and you can't do it. But it does
Well,
specify that all things not under the jurisdiction of the federal jurisdiction that goes to the state. That was the whole reason behind them reversing Roe v. Wade. Which by the way, again, I agree with, because the federal government shouldn't be involved in anything in regards to reproductive health. That's not what it's there for. Now if the states want to put up a vote, which a lot of states did, they that's on them. And you saw
well,
when they put up the vote what happened. They went for abortion.
we'll see. Like nobody has a right to kill somebody.
I
But
agree with that too. So that's why
but
it's a slippery slope. Well, so that was actually the other question I was going to ask you.
nobody has a right to kill anybody.
You're right. So
So
it's a
you
slippery
can't.
slope.
So this is why it was such a big issue. But you don't have a right to kill anybody. But do you have the right to do whatever you want? Well, no, you can't kill anybody. So
Right.
you can't. I can't go and decide to go and shoot somebody. I can't do that. So I can't
totally
also
agree.
decide. I can't also decide to have an abortion.
So you do you're up under the perception that embryo is a life then.
Yep.
Which was the
What else?
other
What
question.
else could it be? See,
I mean, hey, like I said, man, it's a hot topic.
yeah, it has to be life, because life doesn't start with just coming out the womb. We all know this. We all know biology enough. All we have to do is get politically correct. The
Right.
baby's moving. The baby is moving. The baby has a heartbeat. So how in the heck are you deciding to kill the baby because of convenience? That's exactly why they killed the babies when they came to Molech. They wanted a harvest. They wanted rain. They wanted to be blessed. So they offered their babies up for that convenience.
Right.
Planned Parenthood. They say, hey, you want to save some money? You want to, you ready to have a baby now? You're not ready to have a baby now. So just kill it. So it's just like, because they was being cavalier with the reproduction engine. Now they also have the right to kill something, because they want to take something which they knew represented, life. Sexual reproduction is for life. So you're taking sexual reproduction and you're making it recreation, right? Now you can
Right.
do that, but you got to be responsible when it comes to doing that. Just like how I could shoot a gun, I could be licensed to shoot a gun. I could shoot some, for self-defense or whatever, but that don't mean I could go kill somebody because I'm licensed to have a gun.
Right.
Right?
Let me I want to play a clip, because since we on this topic,
Sure.
because it's a hot topic right now.
Yeah.
The whole thing with abortion. They just had The Supreme Court just heard an oral argument today
Oh yeah, okay.
on that very subject. But that ain't what I'm gonna play right now. I want to play something else. So I'm gonna remove
Okay, man.
your share. I still got it up in the back though. So
That's cool.
whenever we need to pull it back up. But let me and I'm gonna get your take on this. Get your take on this.
Alabama's High Court found that the destruction of embryos constituted a crime.
Oh, yeah.
Under the
That was like
state's-
yesterday, right?
Very recently.
Personally, I think it was a terrible ruling. I think the one thing folks should take from this is these are state issues now.
I have not had a chance to look at the Alabama legal rulings. I mean, I wouldn't even want to try to pretend to understand what the issue is there.
Are you comfortable with IVF as a procedure?
Brian Kemp don't know what the hell.
I am, yeah.
I'll just say I'm generally in favor of IVF. I can't speak to that particular case, but I'm generally in favor of that.
Do you believe that destroying embryos is a crime?
No, I mean, listen, we the IDF and those kind of infertilization, that's not Oklahoma. But I will say, if you want to talk about Roe v. Wade, we believe that every state has the right to choose what they want to do on this issue.
Nikki Haley has struck some chords that are similar to what you just said about the sort of need to find areas of consensus, and this is a very divisive issue. Surprising to see her say that she thinks frozen embryo has personhood status.
You know, you have a lot of people out there in this country that they wouldn't have children if it wasn't for that.
Yeah.
So basically, what they was talking about was in vitro fertilization, right? Meaning that basically frozen embryos. That people that have a hard time having children, they go that route.
Oh, that's called political correctness, man. That's called
Explain.
split. Well, they want to take another angle, and it's almost like you're moving the goalpost. So, freezing eggs now is going to be brought into the mix.
They already did it. Alabama passed a law saying that a lot of these clinics don't have the right to destroy the embryos because they're people.
Yeah, they are.
So again, at a lot of these clinics, once a lot of these eggs, they become, it's almost like they got a shelf life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of times they don't really have a choice. So based on what you just said, you should
Wait
just
a minute.
get
You
rid
said eggs or
Yeah.
fetus?
Well, they call them embryos.
Well, okay, embryo. Yeah, cool. So,
In vitro fertilization is like hey, I ain't no scientist. I don't know how
I'm
it
just
works.
saying now, egg is not life.
So we would have to get a better understanding, because as far as I know,
No,
And I-
like right now, if the sperm and the egg don't meet, then I wouldn't call it a human life.
well, that's a sperm clinic. I think a sperm clinic is different.
Yeah, nah. See now, that's where we get too far. A sperm clinic, that's not you. You need another part for it to come together for life to begin.
So all right, let me explain, because I think I got, like I said, if anybody know the exact details, please tell me in the chat. But as far as I know, you got women that have a hard time having children, right?
Yeah.
They go to the in vitro fertilization clinic to basically have the embryo inserted in them, and then the pregnancy process start.
Yeah.
Because it's already at the embryo stage. It ain't an egg. They already got eggs. They don't need no egg. You know what I'm saying?
They already came together.
Right. Yeah. So it's a small embryo that they insert into the woman.
Yeah.
Into their inside parts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then once they in the uterus or whatever, I don't know how that works. I don't know. But the embryo can then grow in that person. That way it's like plug and play pregnancy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I understand.
So, but again, a lot of times, a lot of these clinics have to dispatch a lot of those embryos.
Yeah.
So what Alabama just did was saying that that's illegal because they consider those embryos people.
And you see how the devil's gonna put people in that type of situation to where it's gonna get real tricky. So it's gonna be hard.
It's tricky right now.
Yeah, and so now that's a new wrinkle right there. You know, like, but if they're taking embryos and moving them around, you messing with life right there. You know,
Right? Because like I said, those embryos ain't, it ain't like you can freeze an embryo now and then in 3008. You can then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it worked that way. I think those embryos have a shelf life.
Yeah, man, and I mean, see, that's when you get real. Like, I understand if, like, you take a woman's egg she got the money and she wants to make sure that her vagina doesn't get stretched out, right? Pardon the French. And she wants to put her whole pregnancy in another woman, even though, it takes away from the whole purpose of giving birth. It says in the Bible that that woman will be saved through childbearing. Because most women, they need that experience it makes them a better person. And it's their first example of sacrifice.
Right.
Giving up their. So if they want to avoid that, which is not smart, but I guess they could do that in the country. Remember, this is America. This is not Israel.
Right. Well, I mean, again, it's a hot topic right now, and it's complex. I ain't gonna front. It's very complex. I'm a person that believes that it is an issue of self-governance. That's my opinion. But that issue of self-governance.
It could be but you see, America has to make it so. Just like all
essentially they did make it so when they overturned Roe v. Wade.
Well, then that's what it is in America.
But even then, you still got a lot of these conservatives complaining that people even have the right to choose. Like even with them voting in the state separately, they don't even believe that should be. They just believe that the governors of each individual state just got the right to ban it. Either way, I don't believe that. I believe that it should be put up to a vote. In a lot of states, it did. And most of the states, I ain't gonna say all because I ain't got the numbers up right now, but in most of those states, they voted for abortion. Even in a state like Ohio, that's mostly Republican, they voted for abortion. You just heard Governor Kemp, my governor, he said, "Look, a lot of people rely on and I'm not gonna." Essentially, what he said, I'm not gonna ban that because I know people rely on in vitro fertilization to get pregnant. Yeah. That's the only way they can. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, for whatever reason, just can't do it. So again, you toe the line. If we're looking at it from a religious perspective, you toe the line. You know what I'm saying? You're walking on a tightrope of where your values lie. You know what I'm saying? So it's an interesting point.
Yeah, it's very slick to get that situation and make a special situation affect the whole thing.
So let me ask you just to get clarification. You do believe that those embryos are people, right?
Yeah. Yep. Now,
okay.
Yeah. And now what's the given week of life? But they say the heartbeat bill was that in Texas?
Yeah, we got a heartbeat bill here.
Let the baby live. The baby, they got this far. The heart is beating.
Well, you just contradicted yourself then, Apex, because the heart ain't beating in these embryos.
Yeah. The heart's not beating, but that's where it gets crazy. They freezing embryos.
You see how fine the line is?
Yeah, so they need to stop freezing embryos. Ain't no baby want to get frozen. You freezing a life.
What was this, Alien? They doing cryogenesis?
Cryogenesis, man. It's like, yo, you want to get and do that? They gotta stop. They got to stop that version of pregnancy for the sake of convenience. Molech.
Y'all heard it from Apex. Apex said no more Sub-Zero babies. We can't do that.
I mean, we look at it, it's like, I mean, are these babies coming out healthy?
Yeah.
Like you see, I don't like. Yeah, I can't see that being.
Hell, a lot of the times in a lot of these in vitro clinics, a lot of them, some of them won't take nothing but the best genes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then hell, the women got the pick of the litter.
Yeah.
So yeah, hell, some of these babies, they looking at intellect of the father.
Yeah, I also
they
heard
looking
that.
at physical attributes. They looking at all types of, you know what I'm saying? So, and hell, the ones that may not be more, I guess you would say. See, I don't want to use the wrong word. Then it'll
Desired?
sound. Yeah, I guess you'll say desired. Yeah, like
Man,
those are the ones that probably don't make it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but I also heard that I guess the sperm of the elite men is going for high. It got high stock, but
Well, I don't disagree with that. I mean, no, well, I'm not. I'm saying, yeah, that I can see that.
But I also heard that sperm isn't sperm being sold? Isn't it kind of a hot thing right now?
Hey, don't ask me.
I don't know. I heard that somewhere.
Hey, I don't know, man. I ain't been to no sperm clinic, man.
Nah, me neither. But I'm just saying that I think I heard that on somebody's YouTube talking points that sperm is like
how much is going? Hell,
I don't know. I have no idea, man. I just
so
heard
what?
that.
We can go to the sperm clinic like we go to the plasma center and
Yeah,
man. I need about $20.
Now it might. I mean, I don't know. Like if you say if he's a tall guy, you go to hey man, how much? What's your price?
Yeah,
we can prorate you right there.
Send an invoice.
Put you on a scale and measure you like some tuna.
Right.
What was that show? Wicked Tuna. You'd be out there.
Yeah.
Like Wicked Tuna, they measuring you like, okay, cut it open.
Right. So hey man, yeah, because it's about to be 12 o'clock. Hey, I'm glad that you came on and we at least was able to talk about this.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
do this more often, man.
Hey, I'm glad you said that because actually I want to do it weekly. And that'll be the name of the show, God and Government. So every week we'll come up.
MD, man, that's a great idea, B.
Hey, even if it is just a segment, you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't got to be no whole show. Like it can be a segment in the show that I do. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got to be no whole thing.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna front. Like I definitely need to be taught some of the government stuff. Like I look into it very little, and it's not like I read the Bible like that. But I believe I got the Holy Spirit, so it's like I could just go off the head, and when I hear myself talking, it be sounding like it's of God.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't
nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Just like I said, even if it's just a little segment, man, because I plan on doing my show every Thursday.
Yeah, and you can teach me a lot about government, man.
And you can teach me a lot about God, I guess. So hey.
Yeah.
So that's probably what I'm end up doing. I probably just make it a segment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, cool.
If it's any point in time that you want to break something down, hey, all you gotta do is just let me know.
Gotcha.
And we can do it standalone. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, man.
But
it's
that's probably what I end up doing, man. Because I mean, I think you got a good perspective as far as that part go. And like I said, we could break down a story or a particular topic as it pertains to God and government. So we'll do it like that. We'll do it like that, man. I appreciate you coming through though, man.
Yo, MD, like I said, anytime, man. Like I said, I always got time for an honest heart, yo.
No doubt.
Always got time for an honest heart, man.
No doubt, man. So yeah, with that being said, man, I appreciate everybody coming through. I'm for real this time. This is my last one for the week. I ain't doing nothing else. I ain't doing nothing. Like I said, it's like I'm like playing with toys right now. You know what I'm saying? You get something new.
Yeah, no doubt, man. See, you got that mic with the light at the end.
Yeah.
Mic lighting up. Amen.
So yeah, man, it's just me playing with toys at the end of the day. But I'm done. I ain't doing nothing else this week. It's over with. It is over with, man. Appreciate everybody coming through. I seen GTO in the chat. I said, wow, I ain't seen her in a while. You know what I'm saying? With her babbling behind.
The gynocracy takeover.
Hey, you heard what it say, right?
Hey, the gynocracy takeover.
Hey man, it is what it's different perspectives over here at the arena, man. Different perspectives.
Hey, that's cool. I mean, what can you say? Hey,
We
look,
got we got
and
MAGA
is she,
maniacs, we got feminists, we got you know what I'm saying, all type of stuff.
so is she what? She's a black woman?
Yeah.
Oh man, like you gotta ask, what did black men do to black women? Because they took the plight of the white woman. The white woman, they wasn't able to vote. Shoot, black men wasn't voting either back in them all the way back in them days.
Yeah, the
So
women's suffrage movement, yeah.
yeah, so it's like the white woman was mad at the white men. So how in the heck do they come and put the battery in the back of our women, and then a woman looking at us like they mad at us? Like, what did we do to them back in the day? We ain't do nothing.
Hold your thought, Apex. I'm glad you said that, and that just matter of fact. See, my thing ain't working though, man. But I'm gonna play it anyway. So basically, you just gave me a idea for the next segment for next week. We're gonna talk about gender roles and social hierarchy, and what it is in America and what you think it's supposed to be. That's what we're gonna talk about.
Hey, no doubt, man. And we're gonna use natural selection. We're gonna use things that's obvious. We're gonna try to draw a
Because
logical.
what it say the man. They say God is the head of man.
Yep.
Man is the head of woman.
Yep.
And woman is the head of children. That's what it say.
Yep, and nature itself bears witness to that, man. Like that's why women love to be around children. They were meant to be around children. They can read children better than we can.
Now you say that, but that's not 100% true in nature.
What about what?
About that hierarchy? That's not true in nature.
That
Not
women are better with children?
No. I'm talking about the hierarchy in itself. I'm talking about men over women, women over children. It's not like that in all of nature. I mean, you
Well, not in all of nature, but in our nature, it is. Like you got things.
That's up for debate too. Because look at different cultures. In different cultures, it ain't like that.
Well, that's because something came and invaded.
We'll talk about it, Apex. we'll talk about it.
Something invaded, man. We're not hyenas.
We'll talk about it. Hey, that'll be a great topic for next week.
Yeah, man. We look at hyenas as natural for the matriarchal system to be in place, but it's obvious it's not for us. Obvious. I mean,
hell. Seahorses carry the babies. Lions go hunt the food.
Yep.
Hey,
every animal has their own portion, and it has a message to bear. The differences and the similarities.
That's what's up. Well, I appreciate you coming through, man. Like I said, I'm about to get up off of here, and yeah, I'll see y'all next week. I may, cause I just upgraded my mobile hotspot, so that's the reason why I've been on here for so much, because I just added more gigs to my hotspot.
Okay.
So now like I ain't limited. You know what I'm saying? I can just go. So that's the reason that I've been coming back to back. Like this is the third day straight that I done did a live now. But I ain't doing that next week. I may do.
I know. Yeah, you are more crispy.
Oh yeah. Everything copacetic now. Yeah, I'm up through that. I done figured everything out. Like I said, for whatever reason, I got this little audio interface, and it got the buttons on it where I can like record and play sounds and stuff. I can't figure out why, because yesterday I only had the Trump sound, and couldn't nobody hear nothing else. So I redid it, and everybody's saying that they can hear the Trump sound and the bruh sound, but they can't hear the other two sounds for whatever reason. I don't know why. I can hear them. I can hear them, but
the soundboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big, man. A lot of people got these soundboards. Some of them are real creative with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and real expensive too. I ain't paying that much money.
Oh wow, that's
I ain't paying that much money for all this stuff, man.
Yeah.
Especially with it being in my truck, because this stuff that I have right now, I don't plan on taking out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just leave it in the truck, 'cause that's where I'm at most of the time.
Got you. Okay.
So after this show, I got to break all this stuff down. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for real? It's a lot of
I can't. Yeah, I can't just leave it.
Wow.
I got to break this shit down. You know, so.
Oh, so you can't drive with it just there? You gotta
I mean, I guess I could, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta batten down the hatches. You hit a bump.
Yeah. So yeah, I just break everything down, put it back in the box.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't plan on like taking the stuff home. You know, if I get a setup at home, it'll be a totally different setup.
Oh, that's when you're gonna go to the next level.
Well, I mean, hell, I don't plan on leaving this level no time soon.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I think I'm doing pretty good on this level.
You are, no doubt, man.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm gonna start doing some edits. You know, I'm gonna do a show where it's gonna be pre-recorded. I'm gonna edit it on Camtasia.
Oh, you got Camtasia?
Yeah, I got Camtasia. You know, you was the first person that told me about Camtasia, and I've been using it ever since.
Yeah. Yo, I just do I still got mine? I think I got it. I think
that was way back in like 2011. When
wow,
you first told
man.
me about Camtasia, and I was using it to do my Madden videos. That's what I was using, Camtasia.
Yeah.
And
yeah, okay. I remember that too, man.
Yeah, I've been messing with it ever since. Yeah, it's been a minute. You know, I was thinking about, because I got on my laptop, I got a little. It ain't no big graphics card, but I got a graphics card in this computer, and I'll be playing. I got Xbox Game Pass on here, and I got Madden on here, so I'm trying to stay away from it, but I was like, man, damn, do I want to like do some videos on Madden? I said, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to stay away from it.
Yeah, stay away from it, man. Like I mean, I'm almost I'm like 99% done with the games. I can't even tell you when's the last time I fired it up. Like I think I fired it up just to, because I was dealing with the situation I was in, had to change my passwords and everything, so I fired it up just to, line everything up. You know.
Yeah, I don't think nobody right now, even the people that's still doing Madden videos like Ryan,
Trevor playing it.
So Trevor played Madden a lot, yeah. But like I said, I crank it up every now and again. Now Trevor be on PlayStation. I got Madden on X. I got like on my Xbox at home. I got Madden, and I got it on here on the computer. Like I play it every now and again. But even the videos that we used to do, ain't nobody doing the videos no more. Not even the people that's still around. Like Ryan Moody ain't doing no breakdowns no more.
Oh, he's not doing no breakdowns?
I mean, he do videos, but not how we used to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's nobody that I've seen that do technical videos like we used to do back in the day.
Yeah, man. Microwave society. They want the cliff notes.
Yeah. Ain't nobody going. I put it to you like this: ain't nobody going into practice mode and breaking down the stuff like we used to break it down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they just doing a review about some online match they had type stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, people still talk about how bad the game is. They still do that, but they don't they're not technical with it. You know what I'm saying?
I think I just outgrown them. Like,
Yeah,
if
me
they
too.
was to actually make it more of a sport instead of having all that scripting, then
Yeah.
I'll still be playing it. But I can't.
Now, don't get it twisted. The game has improved vastly. You know what I'm saying? Don't
Yeah,
get it
yeah.
twisted. But
I mean,
it's
got the
still
game.
lingering stuff there.
Like I got the game. I just haven't played it in months. And
I'm gonna tell you, man, the franchise mode, bro. The franchise mode is some of the worst stuff that I've ever seen ever. Like, and you know that's all I don't want to play online. I just want to play a franchise. I want to play a season. I want to
yeah,
draft, do stuff like that. Man, the franchise mode is so bad, bro. It's so bad, man. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous, bro. I'm
it's the
like,
scripting.
I can't play this, man.
And Trevor's talking about he doesn't know why people see the game as being bad. It's the scripting. It's too insulting. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, come on, man. And so the graphics could be good. You know,
The graphics great.
You know,
a lot of the animations right now are great.
But it's also like a lot of train track activity going on.
It is.
Where it's like, you know, you are limited in your options and what you could do moment by moment, play by play. So it's like, you know, you feel like you're on a train track, you know?
Yeah, it is.
It's
That
almost like
Madden will not, I don't care how good the graphics get. I don't care how smooth the animations get. Madden will always be a rail football game. What I mean by rail is that you're on rails, meaning there is no free form factor when it comes to the graphics of the ball itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It'll never be that way until they change the engine.
Yeah,
Point blank period.
it's the tackling. The tackling is like, you know, it's too canned. It's too, you go down this way, you go down that way, and you go, you don't even, they don't explore the impact deflection angles.
Hey, Trail, let me ask you a question. Do you remember a game called Backbreaker? Do you remember a game called Backbreaker? Yeah, NCAA do come out this summer.
Oh yeah?
Oh, he said 2025. I thought it was this year. They done pushed it back to 2025? For what? I don't know. All they gonna do is just use the same stuff that's in Madden. It shouldn't take that long. Oh, you ain't never heard of Backbreaker? Okay.
Oh yeah, Backbreaker. Yeah.
So it was a game called Backbreaker. What was that? PlayStation 3? It's been so long, I don't remember. PlayStation 3,
yeah.
Xbox 360.
Right.
So
Xbox 360,
we were doing videos back then, and it was a game. Look it up when you get a chance. It was a game called Backbreaker, and man, that game had so much potential. You know what I'm saying? And the developers actually contacted Apex, and you know he worked on the patch of the game itself, the Great House patch. Yep. You know, I still got, but I man, probably about 2 months ago, I was playing Backbreaker.
Wow, hey man, and you know, like they got my name in the credits too, yo.
Yeah,
yeah, my real name.
Yeah, that was on the 360. I was trying to figure out what generation it was because I was playing on 360.
Yo, they had so much potential. I told you that I was playing Backbreaker with the God mode cam when I was down there, and I was pleading with these guys. The game looked so real when you take it, because you know all of that first person camera view they had with it.
Yeah.
That joint is cool, but how I had it playing in, oh my gosh, it was just it was the only reason why
you had the dev kit.
I had the dev kit.
Didn't you have the dev kit at the house too?
Nah, I ain't have it done.
Oh, okay, I
was going.
Was that Ryan Moody? Ryan Moody had a dev kit at the house, didn't he?
Wow, I don't know about that one, but that's
didn't Ryan Moody work on the Great House patch too?
Nah, not that I know
of. I could have swore he did.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, maybe I'm tripping. I
was down there. I was down there. You know, I was by myself with you know, in San Fran, and I was playing God mode. You know, the camera, the Madden cam.
Yeah.
Unreal, B. Unreal. how everything was moving and how next level. All it took was a decision for that guy, Torsten. I think that was his last name. If he would have made the decision, forget about it, B. But I don't know if he had shareholders or the people that decided to do it. They wanted to have it something different. So they was like,
Right.
But whoever was making the decisions, they made the wrong move because that game would have possibly still been here.
That editor on that game was crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
The editor, I mean, people was making full NFL teams,
full
college teams.
Yep. That's
the
right.
editor was crazy on Backbreaker.
That joint, you could just be playing the game in practice mode, just doing runs.
Yeah.
Because of the physics was so crazy. Like everything was open. Like you get hit in the leg, you go down a certain way. You get hit in the right leg, you go down a certain way. You get hit in the left leg, you go down. Like everything was,
Just think what Backbreaker could be now. Because even with the physics, even with the limited engine, because to me, it wasn't about the engine, it was about the physics for me. The way that you ran, like beeline or because it really wasn't no cuts. You were basically like turning a curve.
Yeah.
That was because the engine was limited.
Yep.
If they still would have been going on right now with the technology now,
forget about it.
Man, it would have been over. It would have been over, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yep.
It would have been over, man. But yeah, let me get out of here. It's past 12 o'clock, man. I appreciate you coming through. Like I said, man, next Thursday.
No doubt. And shout out to Trev in the chat, man.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's still up. He must ain't got to go to work tomorrow. Well, I'm surprised I'm still up.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's all good, man. I know you had to handle some business, so.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you coming back either way, man. But yeah, appreciate everybody coming through, man.
And everybody in the chat. Peace out to the chat, man.
Yeah, no doubt. I will be back possibly. Well, we starting back with TFP and Wednesday, Wrestling with Reality next week. So yeah, it'll probably be. I'll probably only do the one show next Thursday. And I'll hit you up and give you the details.
Yeah, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up. You call me on WhatsApp or text.
Yeah,
not a problem.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, shout out to Black Son, man. Hey,
Black
I still love you, man. I still love you, man. I still love you, man. I just want you to get some help. That's all. That's usually what happens to the people that you care about, man. You want to get them some help, man. You don't want to see them go out that way, man. You don't want to see them down bad. But in any event, man, appreciate everybody coming through, man. With that, I would say peace.
Peace.
The Arena of